and putting in fillers to make sure that Twitch catches all of this. You know how we start this thing. Roll call.
Jacob.
Kyle.
Nick.
Ryan.
And Steven! Welcome back, everybody, to Tyranny of Dragons, The Lost and Found, episode 43, and the 97th stream of the Goddammit channel. We're here, everybody. So let's take a step back. At the beginning of our last session, the Lost and Found, by the skin of their teeth, once again, were able to fell the possessed body of Cranon from Tyranny, and put to rest a great evil, allowing them to be the only people with knowledge, more or less, of the Pool of Radiance, the legendary artifact that is talked about in stories and fables. And fun fact for our listeners, inspired a whole series of video games for Dungeons & Dragons about the Moonsea region, centering around the Pool of Radiance. This legendary artifact, this anomaly in the weave, pure, raw magic that, from what the stories say, can give great boons and great curses, pops up throughout the Moonsea, can teleport, can heal wounds, can give magic to those without, can hurt, can curse, and is always joined by the presence of Tyranny, the possessing flame. The party took a minute, deliberated, Gelt prayed to Tyr, and was the first to step into the Pool of Radiance, and upon emerging, was returned to his human form, and with both hands returned to Gelt's. Gelt's was healed of all wounds and afflictions, finding out later that even the spirit that had attached itself to Gelt now rests in a kind of a soul prison inside Gelt's own body, in the shape of the holy symbol of Tyr, which is a set of scales, with I believe, a sword in the middle of it. And as Gelt vowed to this spirit to continue to redeem others and take him along the way, the scales tipped ever so slightly, raising the spirit up. The next to enter into the pool, I believe, was Alder. Alder stepped into the pool and was jettisoned out through time and space, past the material plane, past all planes, really, until the very edge of the known kind of multiverse, the known universe as we know it. There, in a great darkness, was surrounded by green flames, unending and infinite in every direction. Fire unlike any fire that Alder has ever known, but yet familiar to his own green flames, where this entirety of fire surged into Alder, and he saw a vision of things to come, of a great green dragon climbing the walls of Valjevo Keep and breathing poisonous gas across the city of Flan, eventually growing large thickets, covering the entirety of the city and plunging it into permanent twilight, with a voice that is both loud and soft, saying, "Flan is mine," before coming back to the material plane and exiting the Pool of Radiance with no changes besides bright green eyes, and unbeknownst to his party members, a single vial of the Pool of Radiance tucked away into his more or less small clothes. The third person to enter was Siren. Siren entered into the pool, and instead of rising up and out past the material plane, fell deeper and deeper into the pool, into darkness, and then into a plane of fire, brimstone, darkness, and piercing red. There she continued to sink down until she saw a singular figure in front of her. A young woman with red skin, red eyes, four horns that curled backwards, holding her hair into place. Dark brown hair that hangs long, and the unmistakable features of the individual formerly known as Kalimvora Elisande Glandon, the one-time ward of Siren, who, in their early adventures, had been abducted by an incredibly powerful devil. There, Siren reached out and called Kalimvora's name, and she seemed to hear her turn around and reach out, seemingly recognizing Siren. And as their hands reached out, and they briefly touched only for but a moment, the same great red devil appeared behind Kalimvora and pulled her away into an embrace, as Siren's body was jettisoned back up into the material plane, from which Siren was granted the knowledge of infernal calling to summon such a devil. It was a painful experience, but put Siren on a path ever closer to her goal of restoring Kalimvora back to the material plane. Finally, Rain entered into the pool of radiance and felt the same euphoria that many of his other companions had felt, but instead of being jettisoned and taken other places, and instead of the entirety of his form being changed, Rain exited the pool to find a long, glorious, bright red beard, fully restored to his beardless form, which has been that way since basically like session 10. And as the evening approached, food was made. Got made a great thing of bison skewers. The party, after discovering through one means or another some of the remnants of Cranan's own personal artifacts, found dreams, each one continuing to show the changes that had happened to them. Gelt speaking to his kind of dark passenger, Rain having a conversation with Tymora, who was none too pleased that the Pool of Radiance had restored his beard after he had agreed to get rid of it, and in no small terms said, "You keep the beard, you lose the magic," which Rain woke up and immediately saved the beard for fondness purposes, but shaved himself clean-shaven, and the magic returned to him. Siren got another look at this great devil, learning its name, the necessary means to summon this, and out of character, learning that the name means the Red Shepherd, coming back to consciousness in a deep, cold sweat. And then finally Alder had a dream of once again returning, that great green flame coursing through his body, becoming one with them, hosting this infinite amount of possessing flame, before waking up feeling better than ever, and having the ability to add even more power into his fire, almost changing it from a source of fire and heat to one of liquid plasma, and for a fun mechanical purpose, gaining the ability to add his intelligence modifier to his fire damage, much like elemental affinity of a sorcerer. The party was warned by Alder of the coming dangers to the city of Flan, a description that matched a warning that Siren herself had heard from her own father, of Vorgan Shorax, the main virulence, a dragon of almost legendary size, known as the main virulence because of a nearly fatal encounter with a copper dragon in its youth, maiming one of its wings, but still a dragon that rivals even Old Gnawbone, his own very mother, the bane of the Crypt Garden Forest. The party, with this kind of insight into the future and knowing the dangers that Flan is now in, began as fast as they possibly could to head back from Flan, making their way from Cranan's, and we'll say correctly now, Cranan's Crater,
Oh my
through
god, bless you.
through the transition zone to the Great Grass Sea in a single day, moving as fast as their wagons and horses would allow, as they rested for the evening, preparing for a very long, very fast day of travel. The remnants of the Burning Banner, having gathered the last of their forces of elderly orcs and young orcs, those that had survived this kind of final confrontation with the Lost and Found, made one final charge. A doomed attempt, but one of pride in their own way, honor. It was not a very long fight, and in many ways a one-sided fight, but a fight nonetheless. As the Lost and Found gave these orcs the death in combat that they so desperately sought. And the last of the Burning Banner finally fell to the Lost and Found. And let it be known through history that first Gnarl Shieldbiter, followed by Elrond Shieldbiter, and then finally the last of the Burning Banner fell to the Lost and Found. The next morning, the Lost and Found awoke, had a quick ration, and began at full pace traveling to get to Flan as fast as their war horses could possibly take them across the grass sea, as snow fell across the grass sea as the cold continued to bite at them, and the ever-worrying information as Siren's own sending tree could not seem to get into contact with anyone but Delon Winterhound. Elder, Serenola, Burroka, all seemed missing, or at least unable to respond to the messages and inquiries of what is happening in Flan and the very real possibility of Organshore Rex descending upon the town. As night approached and the Lost and Found's horses began to feel the full strain of traveling a full day at full speed across the grass sea and snow, the party comes upon the outskirts of the town. If we look on our favorite pinned map of Flan that we have been using since the beginning of the campaign, you guys would be coming towards the Iron Route, passing. You are just about hitting the ruins of the Crossing Winds, with the Valhangan Graveyard due directly east, and seeing where the Stojanau splits into two places. And as the Lost and Found comes upon what is a very familiar path, they begin to hear the sounds of acidic green smoke rising. And the Valhangan Graveyard that they can now see across the distance, its once perfect and pristine appearance being kept by the clerics of Kelemvor, the ever faithful to the lawful neutral god of death, is now in a state of disarray and destruction, as centuries-old topside mausoleums and crypts have now been shattered and destroyed, and what was once a place of peace and serenity has now turned into a place of destruction and true death. Lost and Found, what would you like to do?
Do we see any attacking forces or anything like that?
Make me a perception check. Go ahead, whole party.
Will do.
Oh boy.
Well, I don't think that'll do.
Passive
10.
is 17.
Passive is 17.
I got a 16.
16.
Passive 14.
16, 14. And then Gout, what'd you get?
12.
12. Looking over, the Valhangan Graveyard doesn't have like huge big gates, and it's a kind of a slope down towards it. So looking at the Valhangan Graveyard, you can see that much of it has been just destroyed, or even looks from far away. You can see it looks like it may have been ransacked. Used to this kind of pristine place, but there doesn't seem to be any attacking forces. With 15 and above, you can see clearly Valjevo Keep, even from here, as it is the tallest, largest, and most picturesque kind of building. I mean, it's a castle. Yeah, storybook castle in every way, shape, and form. And even from here, you can see a huge form sitting atop it. It's spreads out, and while darkness has descended upon it, from here, it's not the sound that hits you, it's the smell of this noxious fumes that just blows towards you. And as you kind of look closer, even the Valhangen graveyard from over here, you can see this discoloration that has set. Siren, as you are looking with your 17, you see a figure in the sky. You almost missed it if it weren't for your dark vision and your good perception, as this small figure comes into view, and it dips in altitude up and down almost sporadically, and as it gets closer to you, you see the avian form you are so familiar with, as you see Greenhawks sputtering and fluttering to stay afloat as he begins to tumble down towards you.
Can I... Let's see. I don't have any spells that'll help, so I'll just have to try and catch him.
Make me a dexterity saving throw to...
Fuck. Alright. Fuck. 10.
Greenhawks sputters and flutters, and as you recognize the silent apex predator that you've grown to know so well, begins to fall with great speed. And as you go out to try to catch, shoots right through and lands into the wagon with a sickening thump. And for the first time since you've known Greenhawks, there is a as it looks like Greenhawks begins to try to communicate. His body is not racked by damage from bows or bludgeoning or anything like that. Instead, you can see this kind of noxious poison that is spread even from his avian features. He is more green than he's ever been, but it is sickly as he kind of croons up towards you.
Can I cure wounds?
Tis a poison.
Yeah.
Lesser resto prepped.
Yeah, I do, so I'm gonna cast it because Siren's not gonna let...
That's just saying, that's your bird. That's Greyhawks.
Yeah, so lesser resto and a cure wounds.
Oh.
You pull the poison from Greenhawks and mend some of the damage from the fall. The breathing is still shallow, but appears the Greenhawks should survive. But still, it continues to make this... It's weird for everyone in the party, because Greenhawks has been a silent predator, never making a noise, never showing its presence until Greenhawks wanted to be seen. But now in a stronger, albeit still dazed and weakened form, Greenhawks does kind of... And it's a... You know when people don't talk for a long period of time, how the voice just doesn't come out right, or when you wake up really
Yeah.
early. You've never had that experience with a bird until Greenhawks.
If you don't have it prepared, Spherin, I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
I think, does my staff have that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it with my staff.
Yeah, it's 1 charge. It's first level. And as you cast this, and the image of Greenhawk's a lights on his staff, almost translating it, you just hear 2 words repeated. Home. Danger. Home. Danger.
Siren turns to Rain and the others and says that I think our compound may have enemies.
Well, then we know where the fuck we're going first. We have to have a place to fall back to, and we need to clear that house out and make sure Lila and Taru are okay.
You're right.
Duty as other employers.
Yep.
All right, folks. Let's get home.
And takes off her cloak and wraps Greenhawks in it to make him feel a bit safer.
Alder will also cast Mage Armor, hearing those rallying words as well.
Greenhawks continues to say these words until consciousness fades from the one and only Greenhawks. It is a hard sight to see. Such a strong predator brought so low. But also a continued respect at the constitution of this friend to make it this far, to find you and to warn you of the dangers to come. As you begin heading down, I should ask you guys, how exactly do you want to get to the Lost and Found if we're looking at our map?
That is
Is
such a good
Philistrum's
question.
along the way?
Is
Well,
Philistrum's
depends
along?
on which way we go.
I was thinking we should pass the Zenitrim estate.
Because we're coming from the Iron Route coming in
Yeah.
from the west, correct?
Mm-hmm. So you guys are,
Heading
you
east.
know, at kind of the crossing winds, and you've been making your way.
Yeah.
As you see kind of the northern uptick of the Iron Route,
Mhm.
like looking directly going up the picture from kind of the compass. You see how it kind of curves up? That's
Yep.
kind of like a hill that you guys crest. And at the top of this is where you can see like the Valhangan graveyard. You can kind of get a better view of Flan. And at this kind of heightened point is where Greenhawks has been able to track you with his keen eyesight and hearing.
Got it. Well, we only have 2. Well, there's really just 2 bridges across the Stoge now into Flan. I think if we're talking about the most straight shot, we take that second bridge across and then just straight all the way down along Podal Street, cross the other bridge all the way down to Holden Way to our estate.
Yeah, but Gelt would also like we should check in on if we're gonna pass the Valhangan or at least go near it. We should check in on. God, why am I forgetting his name?
Doom Guide Jovir Glandon.
Thank you, Doom Guide.
Also, for remembrance sake, the Kellenverites that are currently there, there is, of course, the leader of the Valhangan Graveyard, which is Doom Guide Jovir Glandon. Also the adopted father of Kalimvora. And then you also have Carlisle, who was the individual that you guys, the crazy man that you guys brought back from kind of your first adventures. There's Brother Keith, Sister Cassett, Acolyte Eldon, and Drolo and Fedya. So a good number of individuals at the Valhingen Graveyard. Just
Yeah.
for you guys to remember. I know it's been a while
that-
since we've been to the Valhingen Graveyard.
Yeah, so Gelt would just like to bring that up too if Rain's talking about taking the our second bridge.
We're doing this as we're basically
know.
like as we're riding our horses across the down the road. I mean, yeah, it's literally the first thing before we start
is.
going into Flan.
And we'll get a better
So-
idea of what's going on if we can help.
They don't.
I don't know.
They don't like us. I'm gonna remind you that the
Yes, but who
right-
doesn't turn down help, as Gelt will say.
We should offer our help.
Okay, if we feel strongly enough about them, then let's stop in. But after we check on them, I want to try and get to our estate as fast as we can from
Yeah.
there.
I just want a
Yeah.
better grasp of the situation. Maybe they can provide it.
Obviously, as we're running through the city, things
Yeah.
are probably gonna change, but we got to try and get home
True.
too. But yeah, okay. So first up, then Valhingen Graveyard. I'm really hoping there's not just a fuck ton of undead around.
I
Fuck.
know. That's what I was
Oh.
fucking thinking too, dude.
You guys travel to the Valhingen Graveyard, which is easy enough, and you all are all very, very familiar as you guys move from the Iron Route to Valhingen Way. And as you guys approach, you can see that the destruction to the Valhingen Graveyard has been severe. You can see that many of the mausoleums and crypts have been just absolutely destroyed, as if large feet have just stomped them into the ground. And as you kind of go past this first bridge into the Valhingen Graveyard, you can see already thorny kind of thickets have started to grow on the outsides of the gates and seem to be creeping in closer as you make the right passing, seeing now the crushed in mausoleum that houses the entrance into the deeper crypts, the undercity that you guys are aware of. You head towards kind of the main building where many of the acolytes, Doomguide, Yovir himself, and the other silent members of the Silent Shroud stay. And upon coming across it, even in this kind of darkness, you can see just the discoloration, the gray and yellows and greens that have just wrecked through this house. The front of it caved in completely. And the Valhingen Graveyard is silent. There are no screams, no movements. Everybody go ahead and roll me perception check as you get to the house of the Silent Shroud.
Much better.
19.
17 for Gelt.
17.
Not 20 for 23.
Sorry? Alder?
19 for Alder.
19. Okay. Looking through it, you kind of look at the crushed house. You're listening around, and there is, while you can, the sounds of screams and terrors and the skirts of fighting towards the city, the ever-present kind of beat of a single wing, almost feel the air move from one of its strikes as this great worm sits atop the Valjevo Keep. The Valhingen Graveyard is silent, and through this rubble peering in, you can see a single kind of crushed leg sticking out.
Can we go and see if we can clear some of the rubble?
You try and move it, yeah.
You may
Rain
have to
immediately would try to, yeah. With
go
my
ahead and
big ass
make
size.
an athletics check, and I'm sure the party is helping you, so roll with advantage.
Thank you. That's going to be a 25 athletics.
Yeah, you begin removing the stones quickly, and you're able to uncover this body, and it is of Brother Keith. His skin discolored in sickly hues of yellow and green, other parts of him crushed. The smell here is rancid and noxious, not burning the way that Velvet's kind of acid was, but this it almost makes you nauseous. You can feel it's like it kills the top layer of your skin, like your cells, as soon as you breathe it in. And looking at Brother Keith's kind of clearly, with no medicine check needed, clearly dead form. Clutching in one hand tightly in rigor mortis is his symbol of Kellumbor.
Shit.
Damn it.
We need to keep moving.
Yeah,
We do.
We'll come
We
back.
don't have much time. We got to get back now.
Okay, let's go.
You begin to you remount your horses and begin galloping through the Valhengen graveyard, leaving this now very quiet place of death. And you guys were taking the
Second.
bridge to, if we're looking at the map, the bridge to the left or the bridge to the right? The one that's closest to Valhengen
Right.
graveyard, I assume?
Yes, the bridge to the right that would lead down to Polo
Yeah.
Square.
That's what I interpreted.
Yes. Okay. Just making sure for the DM's sake. You guys head across the bridge, and already you can, with your passives going through, you can see large kind of unmistakable dragon kind of tracks that have pushed in, almost going from, now that you're clearing that way and going on the outside of it, from the Valhengen graveyard across the Stojanau, heading towards Valjevo Keep, and also closer towards the Waiting, which Geltz, I don't know if I've ever pointed out specifically, but it is that
No.
triangular building behind Valjevo Keep.
What letter is it closest to? Because I can't even see Valjevo Keep on here.
Valjevo Keep is letter A. It's the very center,
Ah,
the
okay.
big red building. That's Valjevo Keep.
Gotcha.
And
Kinda
then
guessed so,
behind
okay.
it is that triangle. So there's that ruined
The
kind
brown
of area.
triangle.
Yeah, brown
Cool.
triangle. That
I
is
see it,
the Waiting. The
Mm.
Paladins of Tyr keep close to the back entrance of Stojanau Keep. And then, as you guys head in, you roll me perception checks as you guys enter into the city.
10 for Gelt.
17.
21. I'm on fire right
Nice
now.
job.
19 Alder.
19 again. Alder, where's all this perception coming from?
He's a cat.
rolling the 15 right now. I don't know, man.
Looking around, you can see that this city is an absolute chaos. Even with a 10, moving it closer to the 15s, you can see that as you kind of pass in, you can see people are looting. There are fighting in the streets, people screaming and running. You see black fists fighting other black fists. You can, looking towards those of you of 15 and higher, looking towards Valjevo Keep, you can see a large contingencies of more black fists, and that would not be strange if it weren't for the unmistakable splattering of green paint on some of them. Especially those of you of 15 notice that the fight seemed to be between those of the Black Fists with regular Black Fist armor and those with green paint splattered. It's everywhere. No central conflict. As you're passing Mantor's library, you see that parts of it are already beginning to be encased in this green thicket, the same that you saw in the Valhengen graveyard, but growing up even stronger. You can see this green gas that floats through parts of the city, and watching as some citizens avoid it and other citizens fall into it and immediately begin to choke and gasp as they fall victim to this. For Rain and Alder, looking through, you can kind of pass and you can briefly, as you guys are moving there, Philistrum is on the south side of Podal Street, and kind of that little area. It's closer to that second bridge, which makes easy access to get many of the supplies that come in and out of Flan through some of the more wooded areas. Almost the entirety of the street has been. It's not that it almost looks like fog, but the smell alone tells you that it is not. As you continue to head deeper in and looking towards Val Jevo Keep, you can see flying and landing next to this great green dragon is a humanoid figure on a wyvern who bows low to this great green dragon. As you continue past Mantor's library down Podal Street, many people get out of the way. Some people recognize you. Others are too embroiled in their own conflicts. You see the Zenitrim estate, and already it doesn't have the green noxious flames, but already on the outside you see that same kind of green thicket growing and clawing its way in. They're no longer the two guards that you are used to seeing out there. I'll say, Rain, you are able to briefly glimpse it, but you can see two figures slumped up against the wall on both sides as the spigot grows over them and almost begins to pull them into it. As you continue going full speed, trying to get to your own complex down Podal Street.
I liked them. They were cool.
You're the coolest.
That actually really sucks. Shit.
Not much they can do against dragon breath.
Well, and evil vines.
Yeah, that's true.
Oof.
You guys make your way down Podal Street and head towards the bridge that connects Podal Street to Holden Way. Looking over, roll me another perception check. I assume that you guys are just fucking trying to haul ass to get to your complex.
As we can without killing anybody in our way.
Hey, would you believe my panty?
It's above 9.
Yeah, Gelt, you get into this is too much for you, Gelt, right now. You've done so much for the city. The kind of poison that hangs in the air stings your eyes, and you can't help but be moved to great sadness and anger, seeing the city of Flan be treated in such a way.
I'd actually like to rectify my previous statement. I have a pass of 12, so I should have been using that for all my lower rolls. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're gonna
Love you,
say
buddy.
with that crit fail, that's how you feel right now.
I'll keep it. Yeah, no, that's not a bad place to be for you.
Yeah, it's especially because besides your kind of journeys with Leosin, getting to see bits of the world, you chose Flan as the place you would like to reside. Your thoughts think of, but what became of the waiting?
Because I'm from Flan.
Mm-hmm. You are from Flan, so this is your hometown, and while your hometown has seen some rough times, especially when the Black Fist were more of like enforcers rather than guards, this is a whole nother level. It'd be like watching Glendale on fire. Like going and seeing like Habib's like broken and caved in, which is this liquor store that's very influential for our early years.
Yes.
Or like
Yes.
seeing Deer Valley High School just filled with former classmates, just decimated and being looted, and watching all these places, going past your grandparents' house and seeing it just absolutely just decimated. So it's a lot for Gelt right now. It's hard to, it is only your horse's just strength and mettle at being the best horse possible that is keeping you on path. In fact, you almost begin to subconsciously pull to the side, but your horse continues on because he
Thank
is
you, Roach.
big one.
Roach is a good boy.
The rest
He's
of you
best boy.
guys, what did you roll again? Sorry, 17 from Siren,
I got a 16.
16 and Alder.
Passive 14.
passive 14. Rain and Siren, as you guys head up towards the way, you can see the Bay of Flan and the docks, especially as you're kind of going across the bridge and heading over, making kind of the right down Holden's Way. You can see that the Laughing Goblin, some of the beautiful windows have been shattered. There seems to be large contingencies of individuals not native to Flan in the bay. And you just briefly glimpse some sort of humanoid riding some many-legged serpent. And as you guys are passing across the bridge, you notice that heading towards the Bay of Flan, you can see statues in the street that you know were not placed there before. As you guys begin to head down Holden's Way and get kind of a better view, you have passed, with your guys' perception, all there included, you have seen Black Fist fighting in the street, citizens of Flan looting, running, boarding places up as best they can. You've heard all sorts of sounds of battle and screams, and you have seen a myriad of different creatures, from the occasional lizard folk to large, almost kind of, they're not goblins and they're not orcs. Everybody roll me, this is going to be a nature. You guys will have all have seen this.
Oh, thank God. Am I good at that?
18?
Mm-hmm.
5.
Oh,
5.
15.
15.
16.
Everybody but Rain, who, like, after seeing, like, the Laughing Goblin, you know, a place very near and dear to your hearts, just kind of, and the statues, these lifelike statues, and the Bay of Flan, thinking of, you know, your time spent here. I mean, it's how you got to Flan, originally. It was the first establishment you ever played at in this city.
Best show I ever put on.
Best show you ever put on. Seeing that really just, it's hard to focus as you just see so many places that need your help and only so many places you can be. It's overwhelming. The rest of you notice that through the streets you have seen these odd kind of figures, and those of you who roll a 15 and above, which I think is everybody but Rain right now, know that they are hobgoblins.
Ooh.
Armored. And the worst part about hobgoblins is that they're strong as orcs, but they're smarter and use far better equipment, more organized. And you see that each one of them also has splatterings of green on their armor. As you guys continue to head down Holden's Way, seeing the Bay of Flan, looking through, you would have expected to see more ships trying to leave and dock, but there's still many own comp so very close as you kind of begin to head that slight northern turn and beginning to head east, finally making it onto Holden Way. You're 500 feet away. Go ahead and make a final perception check as you come upon your complex.
My passive is 17.
Fuck, Siren.
I know.
Battle's out now.
I know. Every single one has been lower than 10.
That's going to be a 13 for Guild.
13, got it.
Not 20 for 23.
20 for 23.
And a 17 for Alder.
17. You guys go down Holden Way, and as you guys kind of make the right turn, you can see the street leading north that's got, you know, so much of, like, the different shops and pieces. So much has been obscured by this kind of green gas. And you can see all over the place of the city, this kind of thickets is growing in places. Not everywhere, but, like, all the stores and shops, some of the noble houses, it doesn't take much to gather that all the places of note seem or troublesome. You can even see kind of Martin Foss's complex down the way has begun to have kind of this growth towards it. And as you make your way down Holden's Way, with your combined perceptions, as you guys kind of pull up and look across your complex, you can see that your administration house has been burned.
Huh.
It is currently on fire. You can see that the main gate towards into your complex has been wrenched and pulled aside. You can see the discoloration through the remaining trees in this cold kind of snow. And out front, especially you, Rain, can see in front of your guys's, your main house is a large cart with humanoids locked inside of it.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Fuck. That's terrible. We need to get into our house and save these
Yes.
people.
Well, who's in the cart? Can we see?
How do you guys want to approach as you get to your complex, as you get to the gates
Yeah.
with your horses, is what I'll ask you first.
Well,
So,
can
looking
we be
towards-
stealthy?
Let me set the scene. So looking to your
Yeah.
left, your administration house. It looks like the front door has been broken into and a fire has been set inside. Alder, this is literally your worst nightmare. Is watching flames taking away and knowing that it's getting higher and higher towards your library. Looking into it, your main gate, the one that is locked for your guys' personal use, that's right on kind of the north-south road going from Holden's Way, has been just completely wrenched and pulled apart as if some large creature just barreled its way through. And then leading probably, about, say, your walkway up to your house is about 60 feet. In front of it, you can see there, to the side is this, wagon with a cage built on top of it, and you can see different figures in it that are clearly locked away, and the front doors of your estate have been shattered. You can see barely parts of your door hang on it, and looking deeper in, it's too far away and still too dark to be able to see all the way in, but unmistakably, your house has been broken into. So, yes.
You three go now. I'll hold the horses.
Yeah, Rain is gonna grab Gigi and he's heading for the house immediately.
Okay.
The main house, personally.
Alder will take off after with you, and as he's doing this too, he'll start casting control flames to try and put out the fire and bring as much of it into him as he can, essentially, kind of absorbing it as he's going into it with him.
You're able to pull some of the fire from, but you can feel just you can sense the fire, and you are able to pull some of it with you, but it's going to take more than a passing pull of fire from your administration building.
Take care of the flame. That is your job, buddy.
So
We'll keep on it.
for Gelt, he'll quickly check the wagon and make sure who's inside and see if anyone's driving.
There's nobody currently on the wagon, but inside the wagon, the person you recognize immediately is a female elf. Aya Glenmere is currently
Holy
bound,
shit.
hands, mouth, feet, just completely. You see parts of her clothes are torn. It makes you think of seeing kind of the thickets and brambles that had already grown over her house. You can see there is another dwarf in there. Roll me an insight on the dwarf.
Yes, sir. 1 second. Pretty sure Gelt is relatively insightful. gonna be 17.
17. You know that as Dornell Whitebeard.
Our captain friend.
Mm-hmm.
The one
That's
that you
right.
guys sold the ship to, who
We
has
may
a
need him for this.
number of ships in the harbor.
That's true.
And then you see a 3 halflings in there as well. Which, with your insight, since you guys have done work with them, are Grent Welby and an individual you have only met once by the name of Jove, who is the son of Grent, with that good 17 insight. They're the ones that supply Alder with his paper that you guys saved in an earlier mission. During your so-called keep, they were the ones that were stuck in Flan while the lighthouse was out. All 3 of them are in there as well.
Right.
Mm.
And then a number of humans that they look like they're dock workers that you don't recognize personally.
Okay. Gelt will. I'm guessing there's a horse at the trying to draw it away.
It's not leaving or anything, right? It's just parked, right?
Yeah,
now?
it's parked.
Yeah.
It's parked out front.
Okay. Gelt will attack both wheels on the wagon and destroy them.
Yeah, go ahead and make me 2 attack rolls.
First one is a 14. Second one is an 18.
14, 18. Yeah, both hit. Roll me damage.
Suspense.
Right.
First one's gonna be a 15.
15. Okay. What's the second one?
That is gonna be another 15.
15. Yeah, you break the outside both wheels and into the spokes as the kind of. You are glad that you only broke it that much because the wagon begins to tilt to one side, and while there's still the psh, psh, any more damage would have knocked this over onto its side completely. But that wagon is going nowhere fast.
Okay. And then Gelt will look at them quickly. I'll be back for you. And then he'll rush towards the others.
All right, so Rain.
Wow.
Yes, go ahead, Siren.
While all that's happening, Siren is going to tie the 2 free horses to the ones that are on the wagon, and just find somewhere like an alleyway that's not next to a burning building, to kind of keep them.
Oh, is our barn on fire or anything?
The barn is usually obscured away from the outside, but you could definitely go over there and check, Siren, if you wanted to see if you could store your horses there. You have one of the keys to get to, because you guys have 3 entrances. One for the administrative gates, technically 4. One for the administrative gate, one that the gate that separates the administrative building to your kind of complex, and then one for that front gate, the really nice one. And then a side gate is where you guys usually go out with your horses and your wagon, because it's a straight shot. So, Siren, you go around to
if the side gate is fine, I'll check.
Yes, and with your passive perception, the barn is still there. So you're able to place your horses and such in it. But looking, you can see that Taru's quarters have been just shattered and broken, and you can see. Roll me a survival.
Fuck me, what is with my rolls today? 13.
No sign of Taru.
Cool.
So it'll take you a second if you want to get all of your horses in there. It's a little hard getting all 4 of them at the same time, and your horses are on there. Just Rummy's typical good nature is nervous. Him and Flamir almost mirror each other. Seliel is so angry. It doesn't take any parts of it. It's just straining, and if it wasn't for the wagon, there that a sea lion probably would have ridden off at full speed and started trampling people down.
Right.
You feel it click in, and you have never felt more in tune with the sea lion.
Is my speak with animals still up, or is that faded?
Let me
It's an hour long.
look at speak with animals real quick. 10 minutes at this point. For you guys going through, I'll say just for the use of it. Yeah, your speak with animals is still up.
Okay. She'll say, none of you are strangers to hard times. I need you all to stay calm while we save who we can and prepare to leave. We won't be staying long.
Gelt's horse simply gives you one snort, and without even you needing to guide, gets into said stall and prepares and just sits constantly at alerts. Flamir laughs nervously and heads, missing his stall, and heads towards where the kind of the food is, towards the back that he knows where it's at, and begins to nervously eat different bits of food.
That's fine. I'm gonna leave the other two hitched if they can stay calm, and she'll actually ask if they can stay calm while they're hitched.
Rummy answers. I don't have a good Rummy voice, but as long as Rummy is
What?
hitched, he's not going anywhere. Isiliel is not happy. I mean, he's never happy, but
You know what? I'm gonna switch a CLIL out for Flamir. I think Flamir is the one we usually have on there, right?
I often have Alder on the wagon with me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
it's gonna
So,
take some time to switch them out. And Isiliel is doing you no favors, strains against you. It makes it very clear his want to trample people down.
you know what? She'll just leave him. they'll leave it as it is, and she
You
needs
go to like
run.
start going it, and he's like, yes, let me stamp them down.
No, you're
And you're just
staying
like, oh my god, your voice is fucking
there.
grating.
Yeah.
He sounds like from Star Wars Bad Lip Readings of Episode 7, he sounds like BB-8. Yes, destroy them both.
Oh my god, wonderful. No, you're staying there, and she'll close the barn door, and she's gonna she's gonna try to get to her room, if she can.
You begin your way. It takes you a second to move them there and get them all situated, but you're heading back. Before we switch over to Rain and Gelt, Alder,
Okay.
you burst into your to the administrative chambers. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
11 or 12 base.
Alder.
Why are
not
you
Gelt.
rolling your perception?
Oh,
It's Alder,
sorry.
Gelt.
My bad.
It's all good. That is a unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Yeah, you go in and you can see that that Lila's quarters have just been absolutely ransacked and turned over. The guest room the same, and you can see that they've basically taken all the wood and everything that you use. Fire was probably already going earlier, and they've just spread it out. They've burnt your good furniture. As you can see, your big mahogany table that is still in there from your very first time together is aflame, and already it's beginning to work its way up now. Directly above you is where your library is.
Gotcha. Seeing that, then Alder will just continue to use control flames to try and suppress it as much as he can, one bit at a time here.
Roll me
Especially
an
Go
intelligence
ahead.
check.
okay.
It's just a D20 with your intelligence added to it.
It's another unnatural 20.
Another unnatural 20. Yeah, you begin to pull the fire from its big sources. You let the mahogany table continue to burn. You know that is a lost cause, but that's not where the real danger is. The real danger is the walls, and as it moves up forward. So you begin pulling that fire into yourself and trying to get it from spreading up. However, as it kind of begins to spread and build, with your natural 20, there's just so much of it everywhere, and you are running out of time. You can feel the creaking of the building in places.
Ooh. So, only Rain is the other person that came in, right?
No, it's
Oh,
just
I was
you
going
in
to
here
the
all
main
day.
house. That's you.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Mm-hmm. Looking through with your perception and your good intelligence check, you know that Lila's quarters are likely, are likely a lost cause. Your table is a lost cause. You're able to keep it from moving up towards your second floor, but you're worried that this might be a losing battle.
The only other thing I would try would be the bonus action Dragon's Breath for cold damage and see if that is enough to suppress it. If not, we're out at that point.
Go ahead and roll me another intelligence check as you cast Dragon's Breath and begin to... Or do you breathe out cold, or do you inhale hot?
It's more like I inhale hot. That's usually how I even imagine the cold is. It's like taking the heat from something, essentially.
Well, that's a 15-foot cone. That's much more than control and shape flame. So yeah, go ahead and roll me the intelligence check.
That's a 15.
A 15. Roll me a second intelligence check.
That's a 23.
With two very good rolls, it's gonna take you. It takes you, Alder, a minute to get it all done, but you were able to stop the flames from continue to spread up towards your library.
Dope.
Good
Nice.
job.
While your table is a lost cause, that thing is burnt and is already cracking under it. The cold simply just finally makes it crack in the middle. In fact, you see kind of that original symbol that you guys have used is just burned and charred and now kind of frozen on the outside. The kitchen remains relatively untouched. Your front room, definitely, and looking into Lila's room, it's bad. It's real bad. Especially because of all the books and papers and the nice draperies that are in there. You're not feeling hot about what probably survived that. But for the time being, it looks like your library is safe from now. And more importantly, your spell books seem to be alright.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And with that, then, Alder's first thing is going to be heading into the library and stowing as many of those spell books as he can.
And
right
you can see on kind of the towards the front half end that maybe a few minutes more and it would have caught most of your library on fire. So you grab your spell books, and you can hear, even with the cold, the creaking of the as kind of the front parts of the building begin to kind of fall and break off.
Hearing that, and with the spellbook secured, Alder's gonna get out of there now.
Alright, Alder, you begin to leave. We'll say that takes you and Siren roughly the same amount of time as you both are heading back towards the main house. So, Rain quickly followed by Geltz. We could say around behind. You enter into to the lost and found estate, and you can, as soon as you enter in, this awful putrid smell hits your nose. Kind of the foyer leads about a good 40 or so feet before you hit the grit, kind of the big staircase. And roll me a perception check as you come into your estate.
12 for Gelt.
And Rain?
That's a 15.
A 15. As soon as you both enter in, you see. Hold on, how do I want to describe this? You see poisoned and weakened Lila slumped up against the left side of the hall, and in the hands of this awful creature. It is large, bordering on huge, 2 heads covered in green scales, holding up Taru, and from kind of the stairs you can see that they have pulled apart and kind of exposed the 4 locks of your safe. And there is a human there, decked out in purples and greens. It's like his entire features could cut you. He's like if venom took human form. And you hear him say, "Where are the other keys?" And Taru struggling in this 2-headed dragon giant amalgamation, this horror show of so many evils put into one creature, struggles and says, "I ain't gonna tell you shit. I work for the lost and found. You can break me, but you can go to 9 hells." He spits as hard as he can, and it's bloody, and it lands on this creature's face. And the creature makes this low kind of grumbling noise, and then and this yellowish green noxious cloud goes over Taru, and he foams and gurgles and falls limp in its grasp, and he drops Taru to the ground with a crumple as you hear Lila scream out.
Rain screams the angriest, loudest, bloodiest roar he has ever let out, and runs towards the beast.
All right. Everybody roll for initiative. And then give the DM some time so I can roll initiative for the
Yeah.
things.
I'm gonna go use the restroom while you do that.
Yeah.
Catch it, I was trying to rage as I was entering
Nat 20!
combat too.
It doesn't matter,
Yes,
but
you
still.
can. For this type of thing, yes, you may definitely rage at full power.
Thank you.
Oh,
Rage.
Taru is too good for this world, and this thing is going down in so many terrible ways. Okay.
I just want to say, as the DM, that was one of the most painful things I've ever described because I fucking love Taru.
Such the sweetest boy.
That brought me no joy.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Sorry,
It makes
we
me
brought
feel
you
better.
home just before this shit, Taru. Fuck. Damn. I know that's not on us, but still. R.I.P.
I can still
Okay.
try and save him if we move quick. I will be right back since you're rolling for a crap ton of initiatives, Tom.
A good amount. I had a good feeling that this fight was coming, but I didn't want to do it until I knew for a fact. All right. Okay. Let's do this. In fact, stream, I'm gonna put you guys on the be right back. All right. So, chill out. them. I need the... Where are you, my dirty, 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 dirty? Of fucking course you do. Alright. Okay, those guys. I have 5 D20s in here. Why can't I find them? Alright, that is...
Skeleton's back.
Okay, okay. And the last one. Okay, okay. The DM's gonna be step away for just a second, and then I think everybody's back, and we will jump into this.
Bless you.
It was just a big dam. It was a big old dam.
It sounded like a sneeze.
It was a cough.
Got it.
What's up?
Smoking weed. It's not legal yet. Not for like another 20 days, but still.
Who's gonna tell?
Exactly. If you call the police on me, they're not even gonna file a report.
No, because the Maricopa County Attorney's Office has actually already thrown out all in process and pending charges.
How cool!
Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I did not know that. That is
Yep.
brilliant, as it should be. I am so happy to hear that.
they
now.
are moving
On a
forward
project.
ahead of schedule with the will of the voters.
Very good.
God. Now if they could only fucking eliminate my record.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's
Not yet.
that's probably going to be
Not
a
yet.
long-term goal, but
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think it just happened for Colorado, didn't it? Like last year or something like that, where the governor's like, "Oh yeah, it's stupid that everyone who was charged of marijuana crimes previously still has them on their record."
Yeah, it's something they'll work towards. It's the logical next step.
Yeah, that'll definitely be the next big proposition to be pushed for related
But
to
yeah,
this.
at this point, I'm already past 7 years, so it's pointless.
Exactly. Pretty much good to go. Ooh, I need to roll wild magic. Because I raged.
Yeah, you did rage.
All right,
I
we
was
back
angry,
in
boy.
it.
I haven't heard Kaya.
I'm here.
Oh.
I haven't left.
Sorry.
Okay, everybody go ahead and post your initiatives.
I think we mostly did,
we all
except
did.
for
is
Gelt.
that? Oh, look at the
Sorry.
time.
My bad.
14, 12, 11. Yeah, Gelt. Come on, Gelt.
yeah,
What
you-
are you doing?
You
Yeah.
did scream that you crit. You are correct.
Yeah, I
It wasn't that he didn't say anything. It just wasn't typed. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Gelt, and then again 2, and then okay, and then. And then Alder, what's your dexterity?
It is 14.
14. Got it. And then three. Okie dokie. So let's set the stage here of kind of the lost and found complex right now. So we've got Alder. You are leaving your administrative building, heading towards the gate, so you can get back towards the center. That's probably complex, probably around 200 by 100 all the way, all things considered. Considering your house is only like 40 by 30 long by lits and then 2 stories. So it's gonna probably, depending on how fast you move, if you don't sprint, it's gonna take you 2 turns to get there, to get out of the burning house from there to get to there, barring as long as you make it there with no interruptions. Siren, we'll just say it's about the same thing. So it'll take you guys about 2 rounds at normal speed. Now you can always move faster as long as nothing stops you. You'll be able to get to the front doors.
I assume I heard Rain
I think
scream.
everyone does.
Yeah.
How about as this fight says, like, Alder, how are you getting out of the house? I guess is going to be my question. Currently, the party's split as this is going down.
Gotcha. Well, is where I came in from? I know you said it was like creaking. Has it actually like fallen in at this point? Like, do I need to find a different way out?
You definitely heard it start creaking. The easiest way, of course, would be to go out the front, but you're not entirely sure if it'll hold.
You do have a 20-foot climb speed as a tabaxi.
It is
What?
True.
Uh-huh.
I do. I do. If there is an opening in the ceiling or something,
Or
near
what, or out a window or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alder,
I
you've spent plenty of time here. You know how you could get out a window and climb down with relatively ease. The only reason you don't is because you don't want to make marks into your house while you're there, and there's been no need to. But at times, probably yes, you know where windows are. You could definitely just go out the window and climb down
I think that's probably the move. Then,
through like the
if-
backside, through like the guest room, where the fire was furthest away from.
Yeah.
Yes, because in your updates, you don't like a lot of window light into your library, especially since you have dark vision and light tends to erode parchment over time. So it was made on purpose that way. Also, so that like the window broke, there would be just exposing your library to the elements. So yeah, I would say you could go out that way. With your climbing speed, you don't even need to roll like acrobatics or anything like that. So as you're going out, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Will do. It's a nat 20.
A nat 20. you see heading towards the wagon beginning to inspect the damage. One of these hobgoblins is currently there at kind of the... But starting to come in from what was behind the administrative building, coming out, it hasn't noticed you begin your climb down the house.
Sneaky cat.
And that hobgoblin, is that coming from like the wagon that we saw when we were first coming towards our
Yes,
place?
the one that Gelt has disabled the wheels on. One of the hobgoblins has now noticed and is currently heading towards that way. So from like behind where your guys' barn used to be, through the gates heading towards that wagon, and you with your natural 20, not only do you hear Rain begin to shout, but you also see this hobgoblin starting to inspect and like hit the bars of the cage, and since you understand language, using a myriad of very mean words to place blame on particularly some of these prisoners before the sound kind of causes alert. Siren. So that's what... So, Older, you see that, and when we get to your turn, you'll be climbing down out through that way. Siren,
Okay.
roll me a perception check.
Up to... That's a 19.
A 19, you definitely hear Rain, and you can see... you see coming out from back behind your estates, like one of these large guard drakes, nose in the air, leering towards your barn, begins to head its way towards your barn. Oh, no. Not until it's your turn. But you definitely see both of these things.
Contextualizing everything for us before we
Yes,
start.
this is context. This is not your turns. This is just me putting into context what Alder and Siren are seeing when Rain makes this kind of big ol' scream. Seeing... Yes,
okay.
This is context. This is not initiative yet. Because at the top of initiative, and then to describe your guys' kind of foyer to the stairs lead up a good, since your house is built for Rain-sized people, a good 20 feet, with like the ceiling of this house being an easy 45, 50 at its tallest points, so that Rain has no trouble getting in and out of it. The foyer is probably like, let's say, 30 by 40, more wide than it is long. And then there's your staircase, and then built into it has your guys' vaults. Right at the foot of the stairs, you've got this, which I will just now call what it is, half-dragon Etten, who is just dropped to Rue's body. About, at the kind of the top of the stairs is this human-looking figure who's got the purples and greens on. And then heading around towards the back of your stairs, another 30 feet kind of deeper into it, to the right leads to your, kind of dining hall, and to your left leads towards your kitchen. And then, of course, there's all your rooms upstairs. So, does everybody kind of... Is that enough description for anybody? I know this is... They don't give me a map for your guys' complex.
Yes, that's very true. We made this ourselves. So.
They didn't prepare that?
I know. It's fucking -1 to the DM for not having a pre-made lost and found complex for you guys.
The only other bit of context I'll give for the party is as Rain started his rage, his aura of golden scales activated. So anybody within 10 feet of me for the next minute gets a +1 to AC.
I'm with you. I was about to ask that next.
You are 30 feet behind. You're around behind since you took one to disable the wagons, and then you guys moved forward, and then that's like you guys got Siren's like, I'm gonna go this way. Alder's gonna go this way. Then you watched him go. You're like, okay, they're there. Let's go. You guys started heading in, just to make this a little easier narratively and mechanically, so it's not like, Siren, you're working on the wagons while this whole fight is going on. Like, you're fucked.
Exactly.
Like, you don't get to be a part of this fight. And Alder, you're trying to start this flame. Like, let's have the fight.
No,
Let's do some good
yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
then you stopped. So you're about Rain.
I
you're
did destroy the
probably
wheels. I did do that. Yeah.
so yeah, Rain.
Cool.
You're like 10 feet away from this Etten, and then Gelt, you're right in the front door, and you come in just in time to see Rain, bellowing as Taru's now just twitching, and basically he's having a seizure due to anaphylactic shock. Hit the ground. It just as Rain charges forward. But at the top of it, so Gelt, you're 40 feet away from this Etten.
That's correct.
Is Gelt? Gelt's at the top.
Well, if I'm 40 feet away, then I'll use my 30 feet to move up next to Rain, and if I have 10 feet, I can use my whip, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You are within striking
And-
range of this Etten.
You'll take 2 attacks then.
All right, go
The
ahead.
first one is going to be a 16.
Yep, that'll hit.
Second one, let's get it out. Ooh, that's a 19 for a critical.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So I roll my 16 right now. The first one is going to be 12.
Okay.
And then the second one, I don't always include the critical damage, but you always do that, so. Ooh. Oh. That's gonna be a 16 plus my critical damage.
Mm-hmm. 28. For 40 altogether. So
Damn.
opens up with just a as it like pings out, and as this Etten drops, one of its head turns back just in time to as now all attention is focused on you all. Nice move, Geltz. Anything for your
Yeah.
bonus action?
I can't. I don't think I can do anything for my bonus. No.
You've got your
Activate
Rintax thing,
Oh yeah.
And your tattoo.
and your tattoo.
But we do probably have a long day coming ahead of us.
Yeah. So you know what? I thought actually the Rintax was an action, so I had.
An
That's why I haven't
action
been
to
using
cast
it.
darkness, but a bonus action.
Ah.
No.
You would
Fuck.
crowd yourself.
Dude,
Damn
yeah,
dumb.
it's a bonus action, remember? Because I said now your bonus action has a lot of
Mhm.
options, because you can turn on your
Mhm.
personal
Yeah.
darkness field as a
Yeah.
bonus action.
That's. I'm sorry. That's why I have not been using that ability.
You're not to apologize
so
to
I
me,
will-
you're the one missing out.
Yeah. I will now, to my greater knowledge, use my Rintax Ryment to shield myself in darkness.
Indeed you do. Alright. Next is... from... Let's look. What are my options here? Yeah. From upstairs, two of these hobgoblins, since they go one right after another, both come and investigate the noise they've heard and begin making their way down the stairs, passing this humanoid. They are going to... They're each going to use leadership. One for the Etten and one for the caster as they begin to head down into it. They make their way from their rooms probably about halfway down the stairs. So you've got the Etten and then another 10 feet and then two of these hobgoblins in half-plate armor with green paint strewn across it, with great swords and javelins as they each pull a great sword and say, "We're a special command or warning to the Etten and the caster," as they begin to make their way down the stairs.
I hate it. I hate hobgoblins.
Mm-hmm.
But they're so cool, though.
They are.
Next, in initiative is the Etten. The half-dragon Etten. As the other head, as it turns around to see both Rain and Gelt, I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws against poison. I know that's important to you. Rain.
It is important to me.
Gosh.
That's going to be a
18 for Gelt.
and a 19 for Rain.
You both pass, so as the second one exhales this another noxious cloud that you saw just completely, nearly consume Taru, the nicest goddamn farmhand you ever met. You guys will take half of this damage.
And I will actually take quarter because I'm a dwarf.
Indeed you will. So, 15. So, half is 12 points of poison damage, and a quarter of that is 6 points of... Half for a quarter is 6 points. So, Gelt take 12, Rain take 6.
Cool.
As, now with both heads having taken a big old breath, it pulls out one wicked-looking battle axe, and then the other arm pulls out a morning star, as it has one in each hand, and bellows at you in a language that neither of you guys speak.
I guess it's giant.
Aren't Ettins like the lower race of the giants, right?
I mean, they have 2 heads. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're considered like the lower tier because I forget.
The ordning is what you're referring to.
Yeah, they're not full breed giants like the stone or the.
They're not even hill
giants
like
that. Yeah,
they're not hill giants, stone giants. It goes hill, stone, fire, frost, cloud, storm.
Oh,
storm giants are. Yeah, there's cloud giants, and the storm giants are at the top of the ordning. But that's for another time. We're not here to worry about the ordning because it is Siren's turn.
All right. Upon seeing the guard drake sniffing towards the barn and hearing Rain scream out in rage, she actually loses it and also lets out a bit of a kind of bloodthirsty snarl as she transforms into a saber-toothed tiger and barrels towards this guard drake. How far away is it?
Enough for you to get there.
Okay.
With your 40 feet of movement.
Beautiful. She's going to attempt a pounce attack.
Hit that attack first.
Oh, that's a 22 to hit and a strength saving throw.
Yeah, the strength saving throw is a 25.
It does save, so it's only going to take the 11 slashing damage.
11 slashing damage, gotcha.
And that'll be it for Siren.
Okay, that gets the gear Jake. How much does it have?
I love that I have a semi-Pavlovian effect on you, Siren.
Yeah. yeah, between that and like thinking about all the animals, like including Greenhawks, who is also in the barn right now, like
yep.
she lost her mind.
Yeah.
Siren, a point of notice is that you have not seen King.
I was about to mention that.
Yeah, also aware of that.
So, gotcha, Siren. Next is Alder.
Alrighty. Could I do a quick perception check to see if there are any more hobgoblins that are coming this way, or near the one that I see near the cart?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
That's a 23.
A 23. You don't see any. You don't see any more hobgoblins, but you could see towards the back another one of these guard drakes lifts its head and begins heading towards the barn area behind your guys' estate.
And I'm guessing he heard Siren Sabertooth roar.
Who knows?
Could you hear that? Who heard that?
What? Heard what? But no. To answer your question, while you see another guard drake heading behind your estate, you do not see another hobgoblin checking the cart.
Okay, good to know on that one. So, seeing that hobgoblin there, then he's got my attention, and we are going to go ahead and firebolt the guy.
All right, you still in the house?
Um,
Or are you gonna
yeah, I
climb
imagine
down?
I'm like,
I thought he was climbing down.
Well, it's his turn, so you're not out of the house yet. So like you've got
am I like
the
in the
open
window right
window.
now, basically?
Yeah, you've got the
Yeah.
open window. You've like looked out. Your climbing speed will get you to the ground, and then you'll have 10 more feet of movement if you'd like to do that. Or you can continue to stay in this house and pop shot. It's up to Alder. But that is what you see.
I'll pop the shot from the window right now, I think.
Okay, dokie.
So we'll go for the firebolt on that.
Firebird.
Firebolt. And that is a 22.
A 22 will hit.
Damage.
You're on fire tonight, Alder. I'm very
Yeah.
pleased.
Yeah,
Alder's
dude,
always on
really.
fire.
True. This is what I do.
+1.
Thank you.
That is also... and that is going to be 12 fire damage as well.
12 fire damage. Gotcha. Is that with also including your intelligence modifier?
Yes, that is including
Gotcha.
the bonus as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it's gonna be...
This firebolt, it's almost kind of like the freeze of death beam, and like he just kind of points out, and just a liquid beam just shoots straight at the hobgoblin from there, and then from there he'll then descend down towards where he heard everything, but staying face towards the hobgoblin if he is still up.
Yeah, you get it takes 20 feet of your climbing speed, so there, and so you hit the ground. No fall damage or anything like that. No rolls needed, because you've got fucking tabaxi claws. You've got 10 more feet to move as you choose.
Think. I guess I'll start to move closer toward. We'll start moving then towards where I would have heard like rain and all.
Oh yeah,
and
you
the
know it's
direction
coming
they
from your
went.
house. Like you know where rain was going, so
Yeah.
you could start moving
So
10
I'll-
feet towards your house.
I'll definitely start moving towards that, but like definitely facing towards the hobgoblin as well as I'm doing that. Almost kind of
Luckily-
like stalking or praying him.
Yeah, luckily they're both in the same place you need to head towards, so
Perfect.
easier done than said. All right, Alder, that's your move. Ringlian.
Rain is going to use a bonus action, and this at this point in his range, it's almost unintelligible. But he does say the command word "pins and needles" and activates his tattoo to get another little boost, and is gonna attack the shit out of this Etten.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna recklessly attack, obviously.
I'm gonna wreck it.
And because of the way everything played out, he does not have his shield on yet. He's two-handing Gigi. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
A 21 do hit.
Cool. Ooh. 16 magical slashing and 2 force for a total of 18.
18, gotcha. Yeah, you
He is
slice
just swinging
Gigi
the wild.
down into as you move the 10 feet forward, and now these two large creatures are just going at it as you get up at its grill and just rip away.
Always a good time for me.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my turn.
All right. Next is the hobgoblin by the wagon. It did not like that move there, Alder, at all. So it is going to move towards you and make 2 attacks.
8.
Yep,
I think you got that mage armor up.
both with a great sword. All right, one's a 15, one's a 14.
Um, 15 would hit, but we are gonna shield it. So
Alright.
no hit.
You shield, yeah. You're able to put your claws up and add this kind of instead of that red energy now, it's your mage armor has been for a time has been green in essence as you know focus it and put your hand up and stop it. Hobgoblin was not quite expecting that, as it is now engaging you in combat. That's its turn. Next is the spellcaster. The spellcaster what do we do? Now that you can, that you both are, well, Gelt, you can't see right now,
No.
but Rain, now that you're closer, you can see that this spellcaster is half-elf in nature. It's going to... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It says, some words in Draconic, which Gelt you can hear,
Yeah.
which briefly interpretates to let the heart of a dragon beat through you, and a surge of gaseous green energy goes from its hands down into the Ettin's, like, crawls across its body and then up, and the Ettin breathes this in. And then let me just make sure that that works out the way I want it to. I'm pretty sure it does. Okay. Now he's going to walk to the Ettin and put a hand on its back and say those words, and then that's 20 feet down, and then move 10 feet back towards the hobgoblins. So that's his turn. And then at the bottom, the guard drake did not like that, Siren. Would you imagine?
Can't imagine.
I know. It's crazy. So the guard drake is going to make an attack against Sabretooth Siren. Siren the Sabretooth? Sabretooth Siren. I like Sabretooth Siren.
I like that one better.
It's going to make 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its tail. So the bite misses, but it whips around with a speed that a creature this size typically does not have, and it's going to be a critical.
Fuck. Alright.
You're going to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as the tail whips around and get you right in, and you can feel one of your saber-tooths loosen a bit. But that's its turn. Then,
Was that a wyvern, Dom?
no, they're guard drakes.
Ah.
Yeah. You would know if it was a wyvern.
If it was a
they
wyvern,
fly.
I would be in deep shit.
Yeah.
Continues on. So, back to the top. Siren, actually, with your passive perception, you can see a second... it's going to use its action to dash. A second guard drake dashes right in with its whole... How much movement does it have? 60 when it dashes. Is, like, right behind, and... you see it come from behind your house and is sprinting towards the barn.
Okay.
All right. Back to the top. Gelt.
So I will use my bonus action first and foremost to, I guess, deactivate my darkness, I guess, personal darkness. And then I will again proceed to make 2 attacks. Or can I? Did the Ettin move?
The Ettin has not moved.
I will proceed to make 2 more attacks on the Ettin.
Oh, ho.
Oh, the first one's only going to be a 9.
A 9? No, that's not going to do.
The second one's going to be a 17.
17? A 17, I believe, will do.
Okay. $14 damage.
14 damage, gotcha.
And that's actually all I can do for my turn, so I'll end it.
Gotcha. Alright. It is now. The two hobgoblins move completely down the stairs. Yeah, they're gonna avoid the giant fight that's going on right now. They don't want none of that. So, Gelt, you got two hobgoblins on you, and they're gonna make 4 attacks against you.
Okay.
You have an increased AC of 1 from me.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Not to mention all your other crazy AC.
Hey, we don't talk about that.
And you have defensive duelist back.
We're also
So-
talking
So 23, 13, 15, 10.
No. For the first one, I will use. Wait 1 sec. Let me check my AC real quick. Okay, so yeah, for the first one, if it's 23, I will use my defensive duelist because it meets exceeds at that point. I will use my defensive duelist to increase my AC to 26. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
All right.
I love you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, thank you, Rain.
So yeah. Ooh, hold on. They're both on you. They get advantage.
Oh yeah,
So that's
Do
the.
they have packy tactics?
yeah. Just tell me what
and
your first roll is again. What can I
Let
take
me just
back?
see. No,
Yeah.
that none of them. They don't roll higher. Pretty much
Got it.
they have to crit you. So congratulations, you've made it so only crits can hurt you. Congratulations, you've made it so only crits can hurt you.
This
So,
isn't
no.
my fault.
I mean, it is, but
You made me your monster.
none of these things.
Luckily, defensive duelist is only for a single attack each
Yeah,
turn,
yeah.
so
It's a reaction. So
Mhm.
there it goes.
yeah, it
Unless
doesn't
Yeah,
stick like shield.
I rolled lower on all those ones. -1, which is a 20 now instead. But I know that doesn't hit anyways. So that's the
Here's
Hobgoblin captain's turn. Next is the Half Dragon Etten, and it's gonna make 2 attacks against you, Rain.
Fight me with advantage because I wrecked.
Yes, yes, indeedy. Ooh, yep. One's a crit. The other one, and I get to add. And the other one's a 21.
Yep, both will hit.
So the morning star whops in and does 14 points, halved to 7 points piercing damage, and then the one is halved. The battle axe does 18 points of slashing damage.
Is that the crit?
That is the crit. That one is the crit. With that, it would have been 36 points of slashing damage. With that,
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Indeed. The enemies aren't fucking around. This is the big
No.
time, and you guys are the heroes.
I am really. That just emboldens Rain, honestly.
I am not surprised. Siren, as that's those enemies' turns. It's Siren's turn.
Siren got cracked in the face by that tail, but sees the other guard drake sprinting towards the barn, and she completely ignores the one that just hit her and barrels towards that one.
For a 19 to hit for attack of
Yeah.
opportunity with its bite.
Yep.
That's going to be my kingdom for a d8. That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
That's it. But yeah, get at it, Sam.
All right. Beautiful. That's a 23 for the claw, which
Uh-huh.
means strength saving throw. Assuming it was 20 feet away.
Yeah, you can make it.
Okay.
This one does fail the strength saving throw.
Beautiful. It is knocked prone and takes 11 slashing, and then I get to let's see.
Bite as a bonus, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And roll with advantage because it's prone.
Yes.
Do it.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so that's a 25 to hit.
Yep, 25 to hit will do.
So got it on the ground and just gonna bite into its neck for another 11 piercing.
Gotcha.
Jesus.
Yeah, you ignore the other one. It
All this.
takes a chunk out of your back leg, but it doesn't stop you as you fly across that field and hit this dragon at its full dash, not preparing for a side swipe. Good move.
Bad ass, Siren.
Alder.
Thank you.
Alrighty, with this boy on me right now, it's time for the green frame blade. with my
Green frame
claws.
braid. Whipping around a green framed braid everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And that is a
Beautiful.
22 to hit.
22 will hit.
So that is going to be 4 magical slashing and 8 fire damage.
12, gotcha. Alright.
How's he looking right now?
Oh, he's still looking fucking mad now.
Well, bud, someone's got to guard the front of this house, and I'm the guard cat. What you gonna do?
Guard cat, holy shit. +1.
I'd say if you didn't give it to him, I would.
Alright, as Alder continues to engage with the hobgoblin single-handedly, Rain. It is
Before
yours.
I get to my turn, Alder, you are this. I think I've said this like a million times. You are the scrappiest wizard. Like, period. End of
Yeah.
story.
Especially
You
now
can't
you're
tell.
back.
I really like playing scrappy magic characters.
It's
like
really awesome.
Tom already
Oh,
kind of knows it
I would
from Zanza.
yeah,
but
I would say yeah. Are you not a fucking swashbuckler sorcerer?
Buckler Schwarzler. Oh, Schwarzler.
Whatever
tried.
the fuck that is.
You know,
basically, Zanza
Malrivian
is
is
kind of
smiling
like,
at you in another campaign.
Thank you. Zanza really in that other campaign is just kind of an inverse, but in the same way. Like, he's all melee first, and then he's got the magic, and then, we're magic priority, but I still like the scrap, man.
It's so awesome. I fucking love it. It makes me happy every single time. But back to
I'm
me.
glad you enjoy it. Yes.
Back to the large dwarf.
Rain first uses his bonus action, and he barely even says anything. If anything, actually, it's probably in Dwarvish. He just grunts out his how impressed he is with you, Gelt, as you receive bardic inspiration. And then he's gonna attack recklessly against the fucking Etten again.
Yeah. Time to put up or shut up.
Mm-hmm. 24.
24. Yeah, 24 hit.
Max on the great axe with 18 and then 2 points of force damage for a total of 20.
Nice. Alright.
Oh, I love wielding a great axe now.
Yeah, you are chunking this thing. The divide in between both of its heads is getting larger.
Oh yeah, that's the intention, and I'm glad you picked up on that, because if there's an obvious chip point that I can just let's cut you in half at the weak spot.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and I assume, Rain, you're not moving anywhere.
Oh hell no.
Gotcha.
Are you still next to me, my battle buddy?
Yeah, Gelt, you heard I gave you a bardic inspiration, right?
Yes.
Good. You just didn't respond because I think you were muted, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I know, my bad. I was
Cool.
eating chips and I didn't want to much near.
But yeah,
It was
crazy impressed with that dodging
eating
4
chips.
fucking great sword attacks.
All right. Well done, Rain. So now it's the Alder. Get ready for some great swords attacks. Okay.
On
One
the
of
wizard?
I know. Imagine that. The one that hit him with the green flame blade. Imagine that. It wants to turn the favor. One of those is a 19, and the other one is a 22.
Okay. I will shield, and that will the 19 won't hit, but the 22 will still.
Okay, so that is Alder. You're gonna take 16 points of. It says the greatsword is piercing damage, but that's got to be fucking wrong. That's
That's
slashing.
weird.
100% wrong.
Unless it's an Estic, which is a great sword that is a piercing great sword.
No,
Just so you guys know.
Hobgoblin captains don't want to pierce you. They want to slash you right on up. So,
Yeah.
yes, slashing
no
damage,
resist-
not piercing.
Yeah, it's all good.
So, as it comes down, the first one you're able to once again catch, but this time he's ready for it and spins on his back and gets you up before you can get to your kind of shielding. Catches you in the side. Alder, you haven't fought many people. You're not typically what one would call a martial fighter. And while you have magic on your side, you can tell from that last two sword strokes that this hobgoblin is clearly has the martial advantage.
Yeah,
If you find
that
out.
makes sense.
All right, then it is the spellcaster. The spellcaster. Okay. Gelt, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Bardic
It's gonna
Inspiration.
be but it's gonna be a 19 bear.
Oh, there you go.
Bear, yeah. You save as a wave of darkness goes over your eyes for a second, but you're able to blink it
Ooh.
away.
Can I feel it resonate in rhyme? Am I Rinthak's rhyme?
No,
Wow.
not that kind of blindness, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything goes green for a second.
Ooh.
Yeah, different type.
Okay.
As a
See, your
spellcaster.
icone's weird.
Oh, yeah, so that's what the spellcaster's gonna do. Next is the guard drakes. So the one that bit you, Siren, now begins to head towards the barn, towards its true
No!
target. The other one, so it's gonna dash, and you see it in a large sound of many horses screaming at once. As the
Dom,
other, yes.
because I have the ability to, with my horse, if anything happens, can I have it, if anything happens, try to lead the horses to safety?
I'll let you know how that goes out for your horse. Right now, there's a
Okay.
large-sized guard drake who just walked into your barn, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, no, I get what your horse might try to do. I hope you understand what you just asked me to do with
Yeah.
your horse.
Yeah, I did.
All right, understood, Gil.
I'm not good at that, so.
Yeah, your horse will do the most noble thing your horse can do at the time. As now, I need to roll initiative for your horses.
Sorry, guys. I just don't want our horses to die, so I'll have our horse lead them
Understood.
somewhere else.
All right, got it. Two of your horses are currently tied up as well, which is not helping. So, the other one is going to use half its movement to get up, and Siren, you're going to take 2 attacks.
Okay.
One is a 16, the other one is a 17.
Yep.
All right. The bite gets you for... Ooh. The bite gets you for 10 piercing damage, and the tail gets you for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it is back on its feet. Looking... You definitely have. You can see where you've put your giant fucking saber teeth to it, but it is now focused on you. But its head turns towards the barn as the noises begin to erupt. All right, back to the top. Gelt.
All right. I'm guessing this half dragon Etten still hasn't moved.
Uh, nope.
I will make 2 more attacks on it.
Sure thing. You are going to have to attack over one of these hobgoblins, so it is going to get a boost to AC because of that, but you may definitely still hit it since you have reach.
Okay. The first one, actually, I can use your inspiration on this, right?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, that's a D6, right?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I need to get a soundboard of all of my like regularly used answers for D&D.
Yeah. So it's gonna be an 18 for the first one with the inspiration used on top.
Yep, first one will hit.
Okay.
You hit the half dragon Etten, so you go above and crack that whip. Dun, dun, dun,
And the
dun,
ping
dun.
of your whip that time has just a slight almost sound of a coin instead of its normal
Yes.
kind of ping.
The ting ting instead of the chick.
You can have it.
You know how whips
You
go.
can
No,
have it.
you know how it goes. The second one's gonna be for 21.
A 21? Yeah, both will hit.
Do I?
Okay. Let me roll the first damage.
You can have it.
The first one's gonna be 12.
12, you got it.
Now flay it. Flay it good. Da-na-na-na-na.
And then the second one's a 15.
4, 15, so 22. Gotcha.
Sir. And then for his bonus action, Gelt will activate, his personal darkness.
Gotcha.
That'll end my turn.
Sure. Then it's the two hobgoblins. So technically they can't see you. They have advantage, but you make it disadvantage. They're gonna roll flats. They're trying to make these 4 attacks against you because now they're fucking mad.
It's Gelt the Ghost, baby.
There we fucking go. So there's 1 crit in here.
Okay.
And it's gonna use its martial advantage. Gelt, you're about to get hit really fucking hard.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 2d6. So that's the 12. So let's say 18, 20, and then you take 38 points of slashing damage.
It's real hard.
Yeah, they have
Ooh.
martial advantage. As just and then one just gets this perfect, almost like baseball bat, spins on its hip, and you feel it just cut into you, Gelt. Just a few inches higher, it might have cut your jugular vein straight open.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
it's terrifying because while your armor is blocking most of it, you've got the scales from Ranglian coming in and moving some of these swords just in complete darkness, just whisk. And that makes it almost worse. So that's their 2 turns. It's now the Etten's turn, and it's going after you, Rain.
Yes.
Okay. So, the battle axe is definitely a miss, but the Morning Star, its leadership boost, is going to be a 22.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Yeah.
Even if I had my shield on.
Yeah. The other one I know for a fact will not hit, considering your AC can't be lower than 16.
Exactly. 17 right now with my aura.
Yep. So a 15 just is not going to do it. So where'd you go? There it is.
My scaled form may have sneakily been the greatest buff I ever received.
Seriously.
Could be. So that is, and then halved 10 points of piercing damage from the Morning Star.
He does not fuck around.
He's a fucking this thing is. I mean, this is the fight with Elrin was was a fight, but this thing is just it's like you've taken two of these things and just stitched them together, but it kept the strength of both. This thing you can feel already is stronger than you are, and that is
Yeah.
not a feeling you feel often.
It is always the worst.
Mm.
I'll let you know, Dom. I am 1 point above spicy.
1 point above spicy. Gotcha. Well, luckily you can also tell that this Etten is also spicy. The attacks are becoming more desperate. The wounds are becoming bloodier and bloodier. As it's now Siren's turn.
All right. This saber-tooth form is looking rough, so I'm gonna burn a 3rd level spell to get a bit of health back.
As any good druid would do. Moon druid would do.
Specifically, correct. Okay.
Oof.
That brought me up 15 HP, which is great.
Not bad, not bad.
So she's going to run into the barn, taking the attack of opportunity. To just stop the one that ran in. Hello?
Game may cut out.
That is, sorry. It is going to be a 19 to hit, and then rolled for max on that one, so that's going to be 11 points of piercing damage. So you heal up where that last one bit you, and it's like they have like a sense to it as it gets you right in the same spot.
What an asshole.
Oh, also for flavor, when I heal, my beast shapes it. It creates like those kind of chip-like gashes, like it would be in a tree instead of an animal. But yeah, does my 40 feet get me to that guard drake?
It moved its full 60 feet away, so you're still 20
Okay.
feet away.
And I'll dash to get there.
All right, you're right on it, and already it is right on top of Isiliel and Remy.
Okay.
I think they might be our 2 most kickinest horses, though.
Yeah,
You
there's
might-
probably gonna be a kick or two coming.
Yeah, it just might. All right, then it's Alder's turn.
Alrighty. Do I hear the horses as the guard drake got near it? Like,
Make
would
me
I
a
have heard it?
perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's a 9.
No. You are too
No.
embroiled in this fight with this hobgoblin right now.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I'm gonna need him to make a wisdom save as I mind spike him.
Wisdom save. Well, look at that. It's an 18.
Look at that.
That's an 18. That's an 18. That's a 0 to that. So.
Yep, so he will save, so he'll take half.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be, let's see here. 7, 13. So 13 and half, would that be 7 psychic damage then?
How much was the initial damage?
13.
So 13 damage. Okay. 13 halved, players round down, so that's 6.
Yep.
So take 6 points, and Gress, the sword almost drops out of his hand as he kind of stumbles back, and then just the rage intensifies. You can see some blood trickling down from a left eyeball. So definitely bloodied. You can see it, but definitely on his feet still.
Gotcha.
Rain.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume you weren't gonna move out of the way of combat.
No, I don't, and I don't really have a bonus action I could use there, so we're good.
Gotcha. All right. Ranglian.
I'm going to use a bonus action and flex extra hard as I lift up my axe to make my attack as an action, and I use second wind.
Second wing, gotcha.
As I heal for 8, so it gets me a little bit more.
Heal for 8, gotcha.
And then, would you believe it, the barbarian's gonna barbarian and reckless attack again.
Shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Shocked.
$17.
17? Yeah, that'll do.
Middling damage this time, though. That is 10 slashing and 3 force.
Gotcha. Yeah, while it's middling damage, you can now see the spiciness of this half-dragon Eden. The vitality of it is quickly deteriorating.
Good. All right. And yeah, I'm just standing here, so that's me.
All right, Alder, get ready for it again.
All right.
So, we've got a critical fail, and we've got a natural 20.
Okay.
So, the great sword leaves its grasp as it, bleeds from an eye for the critical fail. However, it is then going to pull out its... Where'd my hobgoblins go? Hobgoblins, where'd you go? It's going to pull out its javelin and hit you for that. So, not going to hit you with the great sword, but will get you with the javelin.
Okay.
That is
Considerably
better.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's only alone with the javelin, so that's a 1 plus the 6 or 7 for 8, and then the martial advantage. Okay, so altogether it is 18 points of piercing damage.
Alder's looking a little spicy now too.
You and this hobgoblin captain are both looking spicy. Alright. Next is the spellcaster. Spellcaster, what do we want to do here? You're kind of getting fucked. I know. The spellcaster takes out a spear. And he's gonna try to... no, spellcasters don't want to do that. Spellcasters don't want to. I want to do that, but that's not what this spellcaster would do. I want to huck this spear, but that's incorrect.
Good on you for playing it right, though.
Yeah, I was like, I really just want to fucking chuck this, but that's not gonna be. Go, make me a dexterity saving throw. Gout, you're muted.
Sorry, that's going to be an 18.
An 18. You save again. Boy, fucking pissing off this spellcaster. Okay. Okay, here we are. Now we're doing the things. Got it. So that's its turn. Fuck. It's the 2 guard drakes. So, one of the guard drakes is going to... there's the one that's in the barn, so it's its turn. Soon you get there, it's going to take its attack on... who's closest? Celial's on the left, so it's going to attack Celial. 2 attacks. That's a 19 and a 21, which I know hits.
Yeah, pick up.
And what kind of warhorse is Celial?
Percheron.
Percheron. 22 hit points. Okay, so with the 2 attacks from the guard drake, let's roll out that damage. As you get up right behind it, just in time to see it. That's going to be Where the fuck did my guard drake go? Here we are. H comes after G. Would you believe? So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And 9 points of piercing damage for 16 as... When you hear CLL come out, and it's... CLL is going to make its attacks. As the angriest horse in the world does. That's the one. It's stuck in the wagon right now, so it's just going to get the hooves. And that is... That's a 13. Which... Nope. Does not hit. The being held in the wagon's harnesses are stopping a sea lion from getting his full kicks in. Tries to rear back, but then him and Remy are still attached together with the wagon in front. Quite can't get his hooves up there. The guard drake then, the other guard drake is going to use its action to dash in there and get right up behind you, Siren. But it used its action to dash, so it cannot make an attack. Back to the top. Gelt!
All right. Jesus. So I will not deactivate my smoke screen. I'll keep it up. I will go ahead and being really pissed off at the general direction of the the hobgoblin that just hit me. Will make 2 attacks on it with
Okay.
disadvantage, of course. First one.
Doesn't it cancel because you can't see it and it can't see you? Or is that not the case, Tom?
That Gelt is striking into pure darkness right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and the reason they have advantage is because they're flanking Gelt, but they can't actually see him because he is in darkness. Can't see through it.
Yeah.
So that's why they're just hitting on normal. Gelt does roll with disadvantage. Normally they would have
Just
disadvantage
checking.
against Gelt. It works both ways. But since Gelt is going to stand to deliver in complete darkness, that's a disadvantage.
Just double checking. Thank you.
Yeah, no
The first
problem.
one's going to be a 10, and the second one's going to be... it's going to be a 14.
14. Also nope. You make contact to half plate, and you can hear the ding as it hits off. So you're able to make contact, but not do damage. You don't feel the fleshy bite.
Gotcha. I'm just swinging wildly at this point. A quick player question.
Yes.
If I were to activate my my action surge, and to use my action to use, god damn it, my tattoo, and then use my bonus action to use second wind, would you allow that?
You have one bonus action, so you can activate
Yep.
your tattoo or you can activate your second
Gotcha.
wind.
Hmm.
You can't do both.
Yeah, the action economy is very specific. You can't trade up in this edition like you could in old editions.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right, then I will use my bonus action to go ahead and activate my tattoo on top of my smoke screen.
Gotcha.
Blue ghost form.
True ghost form and darkness in it. Says they're gonna attack. You getting the 4 attacks? That's a 2, a 4, a 4, and a 3.
The 4 hits.
Fuck yeah! I finally figured out your AC.
You
there's
found the
there's a
special
chink
number.
in my armor. It's 4.
All right.
Uh,
Boy, if I was these half that motherfucker. Okay, so it's the Etton's turn. There it is.
Fuck you.
Gelt and Rain make Constitution saving throws.
He did the thing again.
Yeah, I finally got the recharge.
Took you
Gonna
long
be a
enough.
15.
And
on my
also,
con.
that one the hobgoblins are also gonna have to make it too, cause he does not give a fuck about hobgoblins. Okay, they'll both pass. But
15 for Gelt.
15,
I got a 17.
you both pass.
Wow.
Seal. Rain, you'll take. So everybody's gonna take half, and then Rain, you'll take a quarter. 7, 4, 11, 20. So, rounding up, 10 and 5. So 10 to you, Gelt, 5 for you, Rain.
Cool.
And then these hobgoblins who have taken no damage take their first damage.
Gelt is extra spicy.
Oh.
Gotcha. Okie dokie. Moving on along. It is Siren.
Saren is going to move up alongside Seliel, and I'll take another opportunity attack.
Indeed you will. Yeah, that's a 19.
Hits.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. At which point, I think Siren is going to drop her beast shape and if I were to Thunder Wave, would I only be able to catch the one directly next to the Seliel?
Oh no, this is too small a space for that. You're definitely gonna hit horses. Like if you moved all the way around, because like you've got your wagon there, and then you've got Gelt's horse to the left, Flamir on the right sides of the barn, and then the guard drake that was right behind you, which was able to move the same, so it's right behind you because it had the same, slightly less movement speed, but enough to get there. And then the guard drake that is right in front of a Seliel. So I guess if you moved all the way around, you'd have to walk out of its range, so it'll get an attack of opportunity, but then you could miss horses. But if you get right there, you're definitely gonna hit horse.
I'll take the opportunity.
Yeah, that's an 18.
Hits. So I'll take that before I drop my B shape.
Sure. That's 8. 8 piercing damage.
Okay. That actually exactly dropped me out of it.
All right.
So
Well, there you go.
I don't even need to use my bonus action.
You don't even need to use a bonus action. Get your bonus action open.
Beautiful. So both of them need to make Constitution saving throws.
No, only one would be able to make it. You're not going to be able to get both of them without hitting horses.
Oh, I misheard you.
No, it's okay. It's a hard fight in a barn full of wagons and full-sized horses and yourself. It's a lot going on, but I will make it's a Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's failure. It is.
Beautiful.
I am gonna make both a Seliel and Remy make dexterity saving throws as its
Get out
body
of
is launched into it.
What the fuck? If I'm alongside the cart, why would it get blasted in the
Okay,
my
Sam,
direction?
we're having a hard time exactly going about this. So you want to be on like the side? Like I don't know exactly where you're at. So you've got the wagon in the middle, as Seliel and Moonshade. The guard drake that first got in there is all the way towards the front, attacking a Seliel from the side, so that it has no other places. If you try to get it any place you go and it moves, fails, and gets shoved 10 feet back, it's gonna go straight into the wagon.
If I'm next to the wagon,
And then you do that onto the wagon, it's gonna move the wagon and rip your horses. You're in a
my Thunder Wave is a 3x3 cube in front of me. It's not a radius. It wouldn't hit the wagon.
Okay. I'll let you do it.
Like it projects in front of me directly.
Hold on, I need to look up Thunderwave because that does not sound right. Because I believe it's centered on self.
Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from me, not centered on me, originating from me. So as long as I am touching one side of this 3x3 cube, it goes in whatever direction I want it to.
Okay. Okay. Sure thing. Which direction are you launching this creature?
Towards the other guard drake.
Other guard drake? Okay.
Or at least towards the entrance.
Towards the entrance. You got it.
Thank you. That's 8 thunder damage.
8 thunder damage. Takes it. Moves that. Yeah, the other Greek doesn't have to worry about it. Got it.
Thank you. It's the end of my turn.
All right. Next is Alder.
Alrighty then. With the big boy on me here, we're gonna go for another green flame, and
Go for it.
we're gonna call it safe on this one. I'll use a 16 portent with it, so plus modifiers. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will indeed hit.
That will be for 3 magical slashing and 10 fire damage.
13. Got it. Yeah, now it is looking very spicy as the slashes and the fire are burned and bleeding. It's bleeding from one eye. Its great sword has been hucked in another direction. Looking very spicy. All right. Anything else from you, Alder?
No. Really do a whole lot else.
Item if you wanted to, but I know you like to be scrappy.
Good what?
You're faster than he is if you want to be.
That's true, but I risk an opportunity attack, and I don't know if I necessarily want to do that.
True.
Okie dokie. Then we'll say that you'd stay right there.
Yeah, we'll say that we do.
All right, Rain.
More angry screaming. I'm gonna attack again.
Gotcha.
It's gonna be probably a long day. Oh wait, no, we're at the end of a long day right now because we've been traveling all day. Fuck. He is going to use a bonus action, and he just in common Gelt, you just hear the word "stand tall," and you receive another bardic inspiration.
You.
And with the reckless, that's a 21 to hit.
Indeed.
Oof. For 15 magical slashing and 6 force for 21 total.
21 total. Yeah, you drive Gigi straight. It gets towards the center, and you watch the Etten begin to split apart before green energy spews from the center and pulls it back together. And it still remains standing as the magic fades from it.
Goddamn death ward.
All right.
At least
Next.
it only has like 1 hit point now.
True.
True. All right.
Yep, that's me.
Alder, it's time for some spears. One of them's a 7. The other one is a 19.
Okay. Another shield. Nothing happens.
Gotcha. Move down. It's the spellcaster who is going to cast. Yeah, that's what it's gonna do. Says some words, which are in Draconic. So Gelt, you would understand that it is mass healing word. So
Oh.
it is going to heal up everybody for a certain amount. Since its attack spells are not working on either one of you. That's
I hate that cultists are freaking clerics most of the time.
Yeah.
evil
same.
clerics.
Hey,
So it's gonna
got it.
be. They're all gonna receive a little bit of healing. Not great, but enough. 5. All right. And then we move down to the guard drakes. The one that entered in is gonna go after Gelt's horse, since he's closest. That's a 17 and a 16. Gelt, you're riding a Destrier, correct?
Yep.
Mhm.
B. Oh no, that's max damage on both.
Oh no.
That is guard drake. That's 11 and 9 with a devastating tail and bite combo. Gelt's horse goes down. That's 20 on the dot.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And you hear it, and
Oh, no.
as the other horses from behind, the other guard drake is going to pick itself up and go after you, Siren, after that. And make 2 attacks. One's a 16, the other one's an 18.
Both hit.
That's an 8 and a 7 for 15 points altogether. And from you hear a as King joins the fight.
There he is.
And he's going to go after the one. You see him come out from, like, bearing through Taru's kind of chambers out and hits this guard dragon to the side. Where's my giant weasel?
Where's my soundboard that has the John Cena music?
The toughest fucking giant weasel that ever did live. So he's gonna make a bite attack against it. Fucking yeah, King! It's a crit right there.
Oh my god, oh, wow.
She's the fucking angriest fucking love you. So that's 2 plus 4, 6. 9 points of piercing damage. So he leaps up and bites this
Best.
one. Damn, King. Yeah, and just starts chunking this one next to you as it gets its kind of back legs. Flamir books it after that, is running full speed out of there. As Flamir leaves, Seal and Remy are in a tough spot. They're gonna, because you've got Rummy who wants nothing to do with this, and Moonsea who wants everything to do with this. And both of their movements are going opposites. They're both kind of stuck here as they're as Remy is trying to get out of this. Remy does not want anything to do with this. CLL wants everything to do with it. So
I
CLL.
was about to say, how's
Alright.
the actual wagon holding them there at this point?
CLL begins to attack the wagon.
Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah. With that, so that's gonna be a 19. CLL with its hooves. That's 2d6 plus 5.
Yeah, they don't fuck around.
Yeah, as he crushes in his side and is able to pull himself throughout the guard trade. Remy's currently is also going to try to break out of it.
For different reasons.
For different reasons. He is not nearly as successful.
Got it.
With the CIO breaking free, now he's got like a whole wagon attached to the back and reins that are pulled in every direction. Flamir is full on sprinting out of there, making this
Hey,
awful.
buddy. Beer! Oh, my boy.
And begins running at. And Flamir, what kind of horse is Flamir again? He's a. Where's my
Alder.
horse? Alder. What kind of horse is Flamir again? I believe. Is he also a Percheon? No.
Yes.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, we went 2 and 2, 2 Percherons, 2 Destroyers. Yep.
Yeah, so he's got 90 feet of movement. So yeah, he's going out and running towards. Gotcha. Okie dokie.
Practically a Clydesdale.
Yeah, shoots across. Siren, you see Flamir with just a speed you haven't seen Flamir really hit. Just woof, is out of there. That's both those guard drakes. So back to the top with Gelt.
So Gelt will deactivate his Shadow Shroud and make one attack on the Etten after seeing him repose himself. Let me
You didn't see
what we
that?
get. Oh, that's right.
But you can see it looks like shit.
It's going to be a 15.
15. The 15 on the half dragon Eden, I believe, does.
Yes.
So I'm guessing it just dies. I don't have to roll,
Oh,
right?
No, roll damage.
Roll damage. I want to see how good of a murder you do, buddy.
Very even across the board. That's going to be 12 damage.
12 damage. How would you want to do this?
As it reposed itself and seeing that trying to slice it down the middle didn't work, Gelt will, instead of slashing his whip, like throw the points in which that each point stabs both heads, and one whip is missing, of course, but two of the points will stab the heads through their head.
Nice. Yes.
Nice.
You pull back and begin your second attack, and as you do, just almost the fronts of these faces are torn from it. This time, no magic to put it back together as what was holding the center. So the faces come forward, and then it finally splits in the two halves and falls perfectly around Rain.
All right. Good stuff. And I'll
I
use
am
my
covered in the viscera I so crave.
I will make an attack on one of the hobgoblins in front of me. One to the right, I'm guessing, if I could say that.
Yes, there's one in front of you and one behind you.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, you've been flanked this whole time, bud.
Oh, that makes sense. So I will. Yeah, it's 14 on the one in front of me.
14 on the one in front of you? No, that's not going to do.
All right. It makes sense. So I will activate my action surge, and then make 2 more attacks on him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be 23.
23. Yeah, that'll do.
And the second one is going to be a 15.
15. Gotcha. 15's not going to do.
Okay. So the first one is going to be... Ooh, for max damage, that's going to be 22.
22.
What?
Okay.
Because... Oh, sorry, no, I'm being stupid. 18. God damn it. I had
There we
one
go.
more D4 on there.
What is happening
You're
here?
right.
I'm like, 22? This is a crit?
Yeah.
I'm like, a D4 to D4, he's a 16, right?
Yes. You multiply your dice now. A d4 times d4. That's how we're doing this from now on. Okey
My
doke.
bad.
Yeah,
3D
Gelty.
jets of D&D.
You strike down Etten and get a heavy slash on the hobgoblin cat in front of you. Any movements?
No, but I'm guessing I don't get that extra bonus action they were talking about.
Huh?
For
I always
action
get that
surge?
mixed up. Yeah. It's like a possible bonus action.
No, we've discussed this so many times.
I
No,
know.
you don't.
The answer is no.
But why not?
So, now that the hobgoblins could see you, and they're both going to go, and they both get advantage now. No. Because it has to be a crit or it doesn't hit. No. God fucking damn it. Okay, so that's going to be there's 4 types between the scales, your own armor, your natural dexterity, the magic of your cloak of protection, your shield. Gelt, you're basically a turtle in armor.
Yeah.
The only way you could be more of a turtle is if you were a turtle.
Points. All right, the Etten is dead, so we move to Siren.
Okay. Is the sea lion still next to me?
He is behind. He is flanking the guard drake currently.
So I can get to him without provoking an attack.
Yeah, you could strafe around.
Okay. I'm going to cast a second level cure wound on him. That's 9. And then
Looking markedly better.
gonna use my bonus action to swap out my staff for my sword,
Gotcha. You do.
and that's my turn.
All right. Next is Alder.
Alrighty then. So, an interesting one this time around. We're gonna try to use one of the moves from the hat, actually. So roll the save DC, and that is an 11, so that does barely pass.
11 does.
Okay, and we are gonna go for a shocking grasp, which I believe has advantage because he is in armor, correct?
Let me pull up Shock and Grass real quick.
Should be the case, but definitely check.
Yeah, made of metal.
Oh, cool. Do an 18 hit it?
Oh yeah, an 18 will do.
Nicey.
Nicely, nicely.
And that will be that will be for 12 lightning damage on that. And he is also unable to make reactions until the start of his next turn. If he's standing.
His body begins to shake and convulse, the consciousness fading in and out. He is barely on his feet.
Okay. With that, he will just say, "Stay there," and I will begin using my movement to head towards, finally start heading towards Rain, when I last heard him. So he'll start heading towards where he knows the safe is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you use your feline agility?
Yes, he's sprinting over there.
Oh yeah, you make it into. So yeah, you can make it about 10 feet into the room, and you see Rain and Gelt. Gelt surrounded by 2 hobgoblins. Rain looking a little rough, surrounded by this awful creature and the viscera covering it like an awful web. And then at the top of the stairs, a spellcaster, that half elf that I've been talking about, in purples and greens.
Gotcha. Okay. That's all for me, Captain. I pretty much did everything I could here.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Ranglian.
Ranglian is gonna. Oh, actually, what is he gonna do?
There's 2 enemies next to me.
Mm-hmm. There are. I think that is what he's gonna do. I was considering chucking my axe at the spellcaster, but to be completely honest, at this point, he's basically a non-threat in Rain's mind in this combat. So, yeah, he's gonna go to town with you on these hobgoblins. So basically, I turn and there's one hobgoblin that's in front of Gelt and one that's behind him?
Mm-hmm.
The one in front I've been wailing on.
Yeah, if one looks more chunked up, then I'm going for the chunked up one.
The chunked up would be a way to describe it, yes.
If I get into flanking position, I'm not going to actually get like a flank advantage right now, right? That's because of their racial features, I'm assuming.
Well, if you flank it, if it's Rain, Hobgoblin, Gelt, Hobgoblin, yeah, but you can always give yourself advantage. But yeah, I would give you advantage on that flank. You're directly behind
Cool.
it. You're a large creature.
Awesome. Yep, he's gonna have a big old Rain behind him now as bringing down the axe.
And my axe.
Oh, one off from Glory. 26, 19 plus 7 for 26.
Yeah, it would. No, 26 the magic number. Doesn't hit.
I just wanted that crit so bad. I do roll pretty decent for damage, though, as that's 16 magical slashing and 3 force for 19 total.
16 of there for 19 total. Damn. 22. Yeah, no, it's a heavy strike. As you can feel Gigi cut through the half plate from the back and get into that lower back. Cause Opal to fall over into Gelt with his greatsword.
Is he still standing?
He's still standing, but spicy.
Got it. And then Gelt, I already gave you a bardic, and you haven't used it yet, which is fine. Trying to decide if there's anything else I want to do with my bonus action. You're looking particularly spicy, right, Gelt?
6 health.
Holy hot shit. Yeah, Rain uses a... yeah, even if you hadn't told me 6, if you had just said that you looked like hell, I would have done this anyway. Rain uses a bonus action, and it's almost as if, like, as he's being slashed, there's, like, the light of his, the light of Timora kind of leaking from him, as it's almost subconscious as you are healed by his healing light.
Thank you.
For 9.
All right. Less spicy.
Mm-hmm. Considerably less. But yeah, that is both of my healing light die for the day, but well worth it to keep you standing right now, friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That is all of Rain.
All of Rain. Okie dokie. Interesting. Okie dokie. Moving on. It's that hobgoblin from outside. What does he do? He's real fucking mad about that.
Bet
I
he
know.
is.
Oh. Things happen to that one. And we'll leave it at that. Because nobody's watching that one. Then we'll move to the spellcaster. This is starting to look less good for him.
No, did we ever get the people out of the cart? Did I just fuck up? Oh no.
No, dude, but they're there. That's okay.
Broke it, said it couldn't get hauled away.
Yeah, it definitely can't be pulled. Gelt damaged the wheel. It's far too much for that nonsense. Yeah, how about Rain and Gelt both make me Constitution saving throws.
Oh Christ.
Is this from the spellcaster?
Oh,
Ooh, I cast counterspell actually.
Counterspell.
Damn.
What's his range?
30 feet.
60 feet.
60 feet.
60 feet for one. 30. 30.
Oh.
Counterspell successful.
Oh my God, Alder.
Yep, it is 60. Yep. Thank you, buddy.
I figured that was gonna be some people down there, so it's a time to use it.
This wizard is or this sorcerer is pissed.
Well
whatever
done,
he is.
Alder.
This cleric.
Cleric.
Yeah, alright. Alright, so this cleric is pulls out a shield. It's on now. Alright, enough of this shit. Alright. It's back to the guard drakes. The one in front of you, Saren, is gonna bite you and tail whip King. The one against you is a 14.
Block it with my shield.
And the one against King is a 16. Giant weasels have an armor class of 13.
Damn. They're fast. That's right.
Yep, they're quick little fucks.
And hits King, and King does not move. Takes the hits.
What a champ.
Yes.
But then the guard drake behind comes up.
Rawr.
Yeah. And you watch Siren as the guard drake behind brings its teeth down, and you hear a sickening as it tosses King's body to the side, and it moves no more.
Damn it.
and then moves over to CIL and does a tail attack. No.
Double
that's
damage.
that spins around and it breaks the rest of the wagon, freeing Remy with the critical fail. So, Sealiel, a Sealiel loses his fucking shit, seeing King get done like that, and charges full hooves, full anger, at the one that just killed one of the only creatures that could actually handle being around him. Need to make a strength saving throw. Ooh, no, that's not gonna do. As it knocks over that one, knocks it prone, and hits it with a hoof attack, doing 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus.
As he stomps on this. And Siren, your speak with animals is just at kind of the end, and there is no intelligible words that come from Sealiel as it begins to stomp this guard drake over and over again. It's not dead, but currently the Sealiel is winning.
That's my horse.
I think your horse might be a barbarian.
I think he might be, yeah.
Rummy, Rummy feels like he's been in danger, so Rummy is trying to find where Ranglian went.
Oh, I love my good boy.
And begins running. How much speed does that bad boy have?
Yeah, desk dryer.
Yeah, he's got a lot of. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So, with even more speed than Flamir, just and Remy leaves to go find Ranglian. All right, back to the top. Gelt.
So Gelt will make one attack at the guy in front of him
Yep.
for a 14.
A 14 does not do.
Then he make a second attack
Yeah.
for 16.
Does not do.
He doesn't do anything else. Wait.
Oh, did you have advantage for the flank?
Yeah. You would have advantage on that one. Yes.
Oh, then well, the first attack still misses. It doesn't matter.
All right. Roll 2 for the second attack.
Yeah.
Do you have like a sucker in your mouth?
See.
Okay. I was wondering, I'm like, why do you sound
25.
like that?
Oh, I know.
Why are you a baseball player?
Yeah, I'm coming around, man. It's 25.
25? Yeah, 25 will hit.
Alright.
I was about to say you sound like when the kids in Ed, Ed and Eddie have jawbreakers in.
Yeah. That'll be 14.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Mm. How we couldn't bisect the opponent, Gelt will bring down his whip, try to bisect this one.
Right. You get through the head, the armor catches. So you get straight through the head, and as you try to go down, it goes. The middle one gets caught in the armor, but the other two slice and catch the arms. So 2 arms hit the floor, and then the rest of the body hits the floor.
Still awesome.
And then Gelt would turn around and face the other opponent and activate his darkness again, personal darkness.
Gotcha. It's gonna
Sir?
be that one's turn. Fuck, this is looking bad for this hobgoblin. What does it do? Yeah, the hobgoblins are trained for combat, so it's gonna stand. It's gonna keep fighting. No hobgoblin would ever run from a fight. and make 2 attacks again. As it hucks its great sword, just with a critical fucking fail. And then
I'll never run as he throws.
never runs, then pulls out his spear, which is not enough. Gelt, you feel it make contact with you, but your armor is stronger. So, Siren.
We're gonna hope to fuck this attack with Velvet Smile lands on the one that I'm facing, not the one that Isilael was stomping.
Yeah.
Does a 17 do?
A 17 definitely does.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Does it get the extra d6 for it being draconic?
Would you believe these are draconic in nature?
Beautiful. So that is 7 slashing, and then 8 acid.
Alright, got it.
And yep, that's
15, 42. Yeah, no, the it all changes once you pull out the Velvet Smile. As it goes from looking pretty hardy to looking bloodied in one single swipe.
I hear you say run in the background.
I hope so.
Alright.
That's all I can do. Yeah.
Alder, it's you.
Alrighty then. So it's just that one hobgoblin and then the cleric up on the stairs right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. We're gonna try firebolt on said cleric coming down.
Okay. Go ahead. Do it.
Oh.
Do it. Do it.
Fine. Because I would think about the mind spike, but he's probably good with wisdom.
The cleric, the evil cleric being good at wisdom? What?
Never would have guessed. And that would be a 24 to hit.
A 24 do hit, yep.
That's going to be 17 fire damage.
17.
No, sorry, 18 actually. 18.
18
The
fire
math wrong.
damage. First amount at 18. Yeah, it's the liquid green flame seeps into the armor of this caster. And a cry of pain goes out. Alder, any movement from you?
Because I'm like, right now, am I just like standing right in front of the doorway? Like, where exactly could I really go?
You can go deeper in or head back out.
I think I'll head a little bit deeper in, but definitely not like within 5 feet of, the hobgoblin. But I'll head a little more towards the party.
Yeah. The party is like because they had about 30 feet in, and then the hobgoblin is like 25 feet in since it's behind Gelt. Although Gelt has turned to stand and deliver, as you saw it just huck its great sword across the room. And with your 30 feet of movement, or you can not move at all and regain your feline agility.
Ooh, that's a good point. Actually, yeah, because I don't really have anywhere to really move right now. So, yeah, I think he'll stand put right now to get that back point.
Alder, what's your passive perception?
It's a 14.
A 14. You hear the sounds of hobgoblin yelling behind you. You don't. Well, you understand all. You speak all languages, so.
I do.
You hear what amounts to. That a fucking horse? And the sounds of horse hooves and metal behind you.
Fuck!
Robin, fuck them up. Get the shit out of him for daddy.
Okay. Moving down. Then it's rain.
So good. That's too good.
That is very perfect. So right now it's Me, dead corpse of a hobgoblin, shadow-covered gelt, and then a hobgoblin that's further down the stairs. Correct?
Mm-hmm. And then
And then the caster that's above me a little bit.
yeah, all within your range. With
Which,
movement.
considering now that I can see that Alder's in here and spitting fire,
Spitting such hot fire.
Super hot
He-
fire.
he is going to leave the hobgoblin to you guys as he now turns his full imposing size and brings Gigi down on this cleric
Go ahead.
recklessly.
Wreck 'em.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 to hit. Yeah, that does hit.
Ooh. Let's see how that one is. Nice. Just below max. So that's 17 magical slashing and 5 force.
For 22. Yeah, 22. 20. Oh, yeah. That's a big hurt. Yeah, it's a big hurt. And now,
as over
as
the
you are...
course. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you first. I'll explain how it feels
Thank
afterwards.
you. And basically, over the course of the last few hits, with each one amongst his raging sing screaming, you can hear him start saying, "Get out of my house!" With house being the last one that he drops on this guy.
Yeah, and you hit, and beneath the purples and green robes, there's scale mail, but the strength behind your strike is greater. There's neither shield nor scale mail can stop this blow. All right, then, a hobgoblin who's getting run down by a horse. Okay. Because it doesn't have a great sword. Okay. That continues. However, that continues. We'll find out later. Then, the spellcaster did not like that at all, and puts a hand forward, Rain, and green and black energy reaches out as he touches your chest, and he's gonna do inflict wounds.
Fuck.
With advantage.
Oh, I don't think
Counterspell.
yeah, I don't think he go like that.
Actually, do I have one? I don't know.
Do you have counterspell?
I do have it. I'm looking at my slot to do it.
Well, yes, you clearly have counterspell, but
Yeah, I clearly have counter, so I was just checking. I do have a spell slot. We gonna do it.
go ahead and roll your a d20 with your spellcasting modifier to see if it's strong enough to dispel this one.
Ooh, that is a real strong one.
Uh-huh. Tell me what you roll.
That ain't gonna do it. That's a 6.
No, that's not. So that it does make contact with you.
Cool.
Ooh, this one's gonna hurt. It was a very desperate act. So that's I need d10s. 1. I need to keep that to get out of here. So I can spend that. 3. 4. Oh boy.
Oh no.
20. $42 points of necrotic damage. And you feel every vein just get flooded by this energy. I believe Rain.
I have 4 hit points.
Oh
my god.
As he hisses at you, you will respect the power of Fravnik the Venomous. However, as he pulls away and you're still standing, the awful grin is replaced by confusion. All right, that's its turn. Then it's that's
he thought he had me, but fool on you.
yeah, definitely thought he had you. So then it's the guard. It is the fight back of the bar with the guard drakes. So the one in front of you, Siren, is going to bite and swipe.
Yep.
It's 22 and
Yep.
19.
Yep.
5 points of bludgeoning damage. 5 points of piercing damage. And then the other one's going to use...
Make it easy.
Yeah, the other one's going to use half its movement to get up. And then bite and swipe at Celiel as they become locked in combat. Yep. Because Celiel's AC is only with the... It's got the barding on, so that 14, so it's 15 plus 5, 20, 11 plus 5, 16. Yep. Minimum damage. Alright, damage. Yeah, so that's 8 and 4 for 12.
There's 3 HP left.
Yeah. And so then Celiel is going to bring its hooves down and try to hit this. And natural 19 will do.
Good thing I used a 2nd level healing spell on
that's
Sea Lion.
Double 4s for 8 for 13. So it's 13. Yeah. Both of these guard drakes are looking real rough. Both of them looking pretty bathy. All right. Then back to the top, Gelt.
Oh, undo my darts and make 2 attacks on the goblin.
Go for it.
First one,
A what?
11. Second one's only gonna be a 15, so I don't think either of those hit.
Neither of those hit.
All right, in my turn.
All right, then it is that hobgoblin. Yep. Wants its great sword. So go ahead and make an attack of opportunity.
That's another 11.
Yeah, that's not gonna do. As it picks up, as it moves to the room, it sees you all there, and it's gonna huck its spear at you so it can go pick up its great sword. Since it has not been able to hit Gelt once. Not once. That's gonna be a 19, Alder.
Do hit.
Alright, you take 9 points of piercing damage. Oh, that's martial advantage though. Hold on. 19 points of damage as it
Alder be down.
Jeez.
he
Shit.
picks up his great sword and does a finally. Not that anybody can understand it. But Alder, you understand it as consciousness fades from you. All right, that's its turn as it moves across the room, still within walking range of both Gelt and Ranglian, but I'm sure they have different things in mind. Siren.
Okay. We're going to... I'm next to Celiel, right?
Celiel has moved away from you. It's like Siren, Guard Drake, Celiel, Guard Drake, because he lost his shit once he saw what that Guard Drake did to King.
Can I skirt around this one to get next to Celiel?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. As she reaches Celiel, she waves her staff, and a large green weasel leaps into Celiel, healing him for 20.
Back to full health.
Beautiful. And then Siren Did I use my full movement to do that, or do I have a little bit left?
So they're large, so 5, 10, 15. You got 10 feet left.
Beautiful.
No, you've got 5 feet because you're small.
That's right. So I will get 5 feet away from Asiliel so that I can turn into I think saber-tooth tiger again.
Saber-tooth tiger again. Gotcha.
And that's it.
All right. Alder, make me a death saving throw.
That's a 19.
A 19. That's a success.
Good job, buddy.
All right. Rain.
I'm so arg. I forgot about that martial advantage. Darned.
Yeah, it's nasty. Once per turn, they can add 3d6 to their damage.
I thought they have to have someone near them for that.
No,
Super
it's
right,
martial
maybe
advantage.
misremembered.
Yeah, they basically have like a built-in sneak attack that they just need to hit. The hobgoblins are
Dang.
hella nasty. They're trained since birth to fight.
It's gross. Yeah.
They're
I thought-
organized orcs and goblins put together, but neither of those things. They are the worst.
Yeah, that's where I goofed then. I thought it was, I thought they had to have like someone else near you for it, but makes
Actually,
sense.
Alder, pick yourself back up. That is actually my mistake. Doesn't work on the range, so that would have been 9 damage.
If
so
that's
before-
the case, I would have, I think, 4
You are
health,
correct,
because I was
yeah.
at 13.
It does. It does. It works. It works when they're fighting up close. It doesn't work on hucking the spear. That is my mistake. So you got 4 health. What do you do?
Well, we're gonna return to sender and firebolt that man.
this
The bastard man over there.
Fucking get him.
this fucking guy hucking spears.
That's a 24 to hit. I really hope I blow him up now.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
24 will do.
Do it.
Uh,
do it. Do it.
That's 14 fire damage.
14. It hurts definitely. All right. Gonna move it
Alrighty.
from you, Alder.
No, I don't want to get any closer to him. I think we stay towards the back here.
Sure thing. Behind you with your passive perception, you hear the cry of a horse, the sound of a swing, and the sound of hooves on metal.
Okay, we're probably gonna start heading backwards now after that too.
Yeah, you've got your full 30 feet of movement, and you can turn around.
Yeah, we'll turn around and go outside and just see what I see there. I have an idea, but what does Alter see in front of him?
Currently, you see Rummy hooves hitting the hobgoblin that you left to fight in front of that wagon. However, Rummy has a deep spear wound onto the side as you see them both kind of pull back and as Rummy and this hobgoblin are locked in combat.
Okay. Alder won't head right up to them, but he will remain outside and focused on that other orc and Rummy.
Gotcha. Rain.
Reckless attack.
Reckless. Go for it.
Yes! Finally! Give me a moment. I got a critical, by the way.
I figured that giggle wasn't for like a 7.
Didn't feel like a 7 to me either.
I know.
And-
I was like,
and-
maybe a hard 8.
And
Yeah.
I'm twin-handing Gigi while large,
So
Dom.
that's a plus 12.
Yep. So that is... Oh, and I have my tattoo one! Yes! So, give me just a sec. I'm doing math, because I have several things stacked up right now, so...
I totally get you.
50 points of magical slashing and
Oh
or
my
standard.
god!
How do you want to do this? 50 points. You killed the fucking spellcaster. How do you want to do this?
When he says you will respect when he says you'll respect whatever his name was, Rain responds with, "And you'll respect the owner of this house," as he just brings down his axe, slices him in twain, and then, like, yeah, and then just proceeds to just, like, stomp angrily, using his movement to just trample all over this motherfucker.
You're stomping on a body without a head and dripping from in between Gigi from a space that should not exist. It's just quick, 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 as Gigi opens up and takes a full bite before coming back together as you cleaves through. Dripping from a space that should not exist. Alright, well, no spellcaster. Pulled off 2 cool moves. Alright. Alright. Alder, since you are seeing this, you can now see this hobgoblin is going to take 2 attacks against Rummy. This time with its spear again. Yeah, okay. It's, whoosh, whoosh, and there's a terrible noise of ah! And Rummy falls to the side and is kind of giggle twitching as it pulls back and turns around and sees you. And you lock eyes with this horse murderer. As he begins to move his 30 feet towards you.
Is he right on me here?
Oh, he's right on you.
Round 2, bitch. Let's go.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. The spellcaster's dead. Yeah, and you can see from Remy that he currently has 4 different spear wounds. Just but you can also see that this hobgoblin has, like, the eye that was bleeding is now completely blackened. It looks like it's probably been crushed in. While he gets his full 30 feet there, he has none of the movements in the spear. And by the time he gets up there, he's huffing as he, like, pulls up his spear to get ready for an attack. Looking very spicy. Is now the guard drakes, the Seliel. So guard drake, one's gonna bite you, Siren, and then use its tail to hit Seliel. Nope, misses the bite on you, Siren. Does get the tail on the Seliel for 3 points of damage. No. Yes. Where's my guard drakes? No, 4 points. That's bad. That's minimum plus 3. It's 4 points of bludgeoning. And the other one is going to continue to bite in tail whip at a Seliel. Strikes the other guard drake with a critical fail.
You love to hear it.
You do love to hear that.
But does get the bite through. So the bite... Yeah, the bite's going to be 8 points of piercing damage. And the other guard drake takes a fucking full 9.
Oof.
9 of bludgeoning as it just slams through. Seliel goes to stomp, but backs up into you a bit, Siren, and goes forward, and that's with only a 12 is not going to do it.
Okay.
However, at the end of it, Alder, you see as Flamir runs back into the opening at a full run and places both. Seeing you does overtrample. And let's see, this hobgoblin, is knocked prone as he drops his hooves
Stop.
and and looks at you and makes a.
God, am I glad to see you, fella.
Comes back around. All right. Back to the tippy top. Skelt.
All right, so I guess I will go ahead and make. No, I can't. I will move, or can I move the distance to close in and maintain 10 feet from the hobgoblin that ran away?
You get enough
Cool.
enough space. Didn't huck its great sword like out the room, but enough for him to huck the spear and then go pick up his and then catch a firebolt from Alder.
Cool. So I will go ahead and make 2 attacks on the guy. First one's going to be a 17.
17. That just hits.
All right,
You
and
found it.
Second one is a 22.
Yeah, both will hit.
You found the monster's AC.
The first one's going to go ahead and do 15.
15. Gotcha.
And the second one's going to do 13.
13. Yeah, you get two strikes, finding all the small exposed pieces of this hobgoblin's armor. Still standing, but bloodied by the attack. Not liking the taste of your whip.
Cool. So Get will also use his bonus action to activate his second wind to heal himself. For 10.
Yep, and that hobgoblin's gonna run towards you, Gelt, and make 2 attacks with its greatsword.
Mhm.
One of them. How much is that? How much is that? How much is that? It's 18 plus. 18 plus. Damn it. 22.
No, sir.
The other one does not hit. Alright. Siren.
Okay, we're feeling pretty rabid here. Is there any way, with my 40-foot movement speed, that I can get my 20-foot straight charge on somebody?
Not without taking opportunity of attacks.
Yeah, definitely. 2 of them?
Well, opportunity of attack.
Okay, yeah, I'll take the one.
Okay. Yeah, that's a natural 19.
Oof, yeah, that'll hit.
Worth it to try and get your pounce to proc, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to back up and get the proc. You can. You just have to take the attack of opportunity. So that is for the guard Drake. It's plus 5. So you take 6 points of piercing damage from a bite.
Okay. And then we're gonna make an attempt on that pounce. So it's gonna be a claw attack. Please, no. It misses with a 10.
Yeah, 10's not going to do.
Fuck. Okay, well, that's me.
All right. Move it down. It is now Alder.
All right. Now that hobgoblin, is it dead or no?
The hobgoblin that Flamir just ran up on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's stomped it to death.
Yay.
It's used
Okay.
its Percheon ability to overstamp overtrample, and knocked it prone, and then stopped. Luckily, it stopped itself right in front of you, but then dropped its full hooves on this creature and crushed in its chest.
Beautiful. Alder will put a hand on Flamir and just say, "Boy, I'll be right back. I promise." And I'll head back towards the doorway and. Is that his laugh?
It is one of his many laughs. It's the one that's most closely to yours. But it's big and horse-like.
I love it. I love it.
That's so good.
Beer's good. Very good. Okay, and so Is it just the 2 hobgoblins left in here now?
It's
or
the single
one?
hobgoblin left in here.
Mm-hmm.
Airbolt this guy right now.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a negative Ghost Rider for 10.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna do. He moves in close to hit Geltz, and like as you're pulling it back, you're like, ooh no, and so you purposely arc it to the side to avoid hitting Gelt.
I know not to hit people with this napalm firebolt now. Yeah.
All right, Ranglian.
Rain, as he starts bolting down the stairs, because I'm pretty sure with as far as I've moved up, I won't be able to get within 5 feet of the hobgoblin, but that doesn't matter because I used my my tattoo, my Eldritch Claw, as he just hucks Gigi. And that's going to be a 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
For 11 points of magical slashing and 4 points of force.
It cuts deep into this hobgoblin, and you pull it back, and there's the from the impact and pulling, and blood begins to spray onto Geltz, and has to use his great sword to hold up, but is just barely standing. Like if I were to be specific, with 1 HP.
Oh my god!
If I had hit him! Oh no.
I know, with both of them. With 1 HP left and bleeding profusely from so many cuts and whip marks and a firebolt. It's
a scene.
This ain't a scene. It's a goddamn arms race. Ooh, +1 for the DM.
Oh, that is one of my favorite songs of theirs too.
All right. Back to the barnhouse, but not the Nickelodeon show. So
God.
You have that guard Drake's full attention now, Siren. As Ciela has the other guard Drake's full attention.
Okay.
That's one of them's an 11 for the bite.
That does miss.
The other one is a natural 19 for the tail swipe.
Does hit.
That's gonna be 8 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then for Ciel, that's a 17.
Yeah.
And that's another natural 19.
Okay.
So one's 10. The other one is 5 for 15 points.
Fuck. 2 HP.
Alright, so then Ciel is going to try to make his hoof attack. He's not going to back up to go for the charge.
Yeah.
But the hooves do connect. It's a
Fucker
5
to
and a
death.
4 for 9, plus the 5 for 14. Yeah. Stomps on that.
Is it
It stomps
still
on it.
alive?
To death.
Oh,
Got
thank
it by
God!
4.
Oh my god.
Bye.
Thank God.
4. Yeah, and gets on it and just finally gets his hooves on top of it and goes down, and you can see it goes head first and the body almost lifts up like it's on like a seesaw, and you see the hooves just go straight through, and as it pulls out, they are covered in red. That's Celia's turn. Gelt. There's the one hobgoblin left.
Shit.
Alright. I will spare its measly life. No. I will make 2 more attacks on it. First one's going to be an unnat 20. Second one's going to be a critical for a 19.
Yeah, Gelt, how do you want to do this? It has 1 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
literally.
with the critical, we've had 3 attempts at it. This is the 3rd one. I will try to split this one from top to bottom.
With the damage from its armor and this part of it being malleable from the heat of Alder's firebolt, you are finally. It's messy. It's not clean, but you finally get it in half.
Proud of you.
So that's we
Yep.
jump. That's Gelt. So we jump over to Siren.
All right. So is the Sea Lyle within melee range of this guard drake that's
Oh,
still
yeah.
alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I don't have a choice. Siren's going to get up next to Sea Lyle, bonus action, drop beast shape, and 3rd level cure wounds. Because I'm not losing this fucking horse.
Aaron, you're a good animal mom.
Thank you. That's 13 HP.
10 HP. Gotcha.
That's my turn.
Getcha. Alder and Rain. I mean, the combat for you guys is over.
Rain is still in like go mode though, because how many rounds of combat has this been?
Gosh.
Because it hasn't been 10 yet, right? Because
It-
that's
it
when
has-
rage would end naturally.
Yeah, it hasn't been 10, but we got to be looking on 6 or 7 at this point.
Yeah, we're getting up there at this point. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that he would even think to do if he sees that Siren isn't here is he would start sprinting toward, or I mean, he doesn't know where she is. Fuck.
No, you know where.
I
you
mean-
know Siren
Oh
was
yeah,
heading
no,
towards
he
the
was
barn.
heading towards the barn.
Yeah,
I am.
definitely.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely know that. Never mind. Yeah, then he will use his action to dash as he starts. Heading back outside to head that direction.
You head outside, and as you go, you see Rummy, cold and still, toppled over, its head just so near the wagon, and you can see, you meet eyes with Aya, and she just nods to you as you continue your full sprint. The rage reinvigorates you.
Nothing but it now. Not even singing, not even screaming. Just pure, quiet, focused rage.
You move your full 60 feet out of there. While you did not make an attack or take damage, seeing Remy is enough mental damage to keep your rage afloat.
Thank you.
All right, you are making your way in. Just you guys watch Rain just move faster than you've ever seen Rain move before. Just. Alder, what do you do during this? You've got Flamir right there, who just like as the fighting over comes up to you and it's just.
I feel like the thought process is just like, okay, Flamir's here, he's okay. Flamir was at the bar. And then jumps right onto Flamir, and we're gonna sprint over towards the barn as he's just like, the barn, the barn, the barn!
You, from where you're at, you catch up to Rain as you, and you're gaining, of course, because Flamir is faster. But you had farther to go, so. All right. Is now that singular guard Drake. One for Siren, one for Asiliel. The bite's going for Asiliel, the tail's going for you, Siren. Alright. The tail misses you, Siren, with only a 10.
Okay.
However, the bite is a crit.
Oh no.
No! Oh.
That is 19 points of damage. believe Asiel falls down, and it's just you and this guard drake in here now. Back to the top. Gelt.
Ah, shit. So, I'm guessing I'm still inside the building, or did I go out with Alder and Rain?
You didn't say you had any movement, so you
No.
finished the job, and you're like, look at
Right.
me, look at my fucking shit. I just split somebody wearing half plate in half.
It was marvelous. It was something at the moment of reverie. Gelt will.
You
Can
do
you make
see
it outside
Lila
the
and
building?
Taru.
But I'm still inside the building.
Yeah, this is why you see
They're
Lila and
inside.
Taru.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Then I can't really do much. I can't unlock them at the moment, so I should really honestly go help you
Unlock.
guys. Huh?
No, Lila and Taru were inside of the house. They're
Oh,
not in
you're
the
right.
cage.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of the cage. God damn it, dude. Fuck.
Yeah,
I will,
the fight
yeah.
opened up with watching Taru take a whole half dragon Ettin's breath at fucking point blank.
I will go check on Lila first.
You see Lila, and she is. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
She passed her death saving throws and is stabilized.
Oof.
Though you
Okay.
take a cursory look back, and Taru hasn't moved.
Can I take a look at his condition real quick after
Oh,
looking
you
at
don't
Lila?
need to move across. You know that Taru is dead.
No,
Oh, my
With your
boy.
natural 20, he took a full breath, and
Yeah.
it's been like he died in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. All right, well, Lila's safe. Gelt will pick her up and start to make his way outside. Is that an action to pick her up?
I will. You are technically out of combat right now, so you can pick up Lila. After checking, she still has a breath, a pulse. Her skin is discolored. It looks like she's got some various. It looks like she has been dragged. Has some wounds from some slashing weapons, and is not as discolored as, of course, Taru is, but clearly she has suffered greatly.
Yeah, I'll start making my way outside towards the rest of the group.
Alright, you walk out. It's Siren.
Gonna make an attack with Velvet Smile. That's 13.
13 will not do.
That's all I can do.
Alder and Ranglian, you guys with your Alder, you're able to, with Flamir dashing, able to get in there, and you see Asiel just kind of in the kind of remnants of your guys' wagon. You see Siren fighting one-on-one in her normal form against this guard drake. Rain, with your full action to dash, you get to like the front of the barn. Like, so I guess Alder, since you're using Flamir for movement, you still have your action. Rain, with you dashing, I assume you will get there.
Yeah, because, there's nothing else I could really do at this point. But yeah, he would be moving in. But Alder, do your thing. You're ahead of me.
Yeah. We're gonna cast ourselves a firebolt here. Grizzly scene, but I take
Kill
it
that
out
guard
right
drake.
here now. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Dang.
Doing it.
Alright. I'm gonna roll a Asiel's death. Siren, you roll for Asiel.
It's a 15.
That's a success. Alright, Yep, for where you guys are at. Siren, you're taking a bite. Mark one attack towards Asiel as the tail comes back down and thuds. For you, Siren, that is a 12.
Misses.
All right. Gelt, you can see where your allies have been running towards the barn. As we go back to the top.
Great. Continue making my way over there.
You set Lila down near the rest of the refugees, or do you take her with you to combat?
I just don't really know where to set her at the moment. Yeah, I'll set her down next to the other refugees at the moment.
cart.
And then, yeah.
Or prisoners, excuse me.
You see Aya, and she immediately begins making noise as she is bound when seeing you, Gelt.
Let her out.
I mean, can I open this cage at the moment?
Yeah.
All right. Let them out and loose as many as I can.
You begin freeing the prisoners.
Start with Aya, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
As Gelt is working on getting these people freed, Siren, it is your turn.
First level cure wounds on a sea vial. Minimum for 4.
Gotcha.
And since she's the smallest thing in this room, she's gonna try to stand directly between the two of them.
You position yourself as such.
Okay.
This is such a, especially to you, this is as big of a sea lion, if not larger. It's a large creature. And you are locked in this kind of gaze. Alder, what are you doing?
Alder is disgusted and needs this to end right now, so we're just gonna straight up mind spike this last one. Still up, the guard drake. So, wisdom save, please.
That's a failure. Wisdom is not their strong suit.
All right, near max damage. So that's gonna be 23 psychic damage.
How do you want to do this?
Similar to the explosion from before, but Alder's just... It's like Alder just takes all of those sickening thoughts and feelings and just shoves as much of that into this poor Drake's mind as it can until its mind just basically can't take it anymore, and it just starts bleeding out its eyes and mouth.
It bleeds, and it's like the blood itself catches alight as it rears up, almost as if trying to clutch its head, and falls backwards as the liquid begins to pool from the guard drake and almost bubbles, almost looks like it is a flame as it spreads out. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oof.
Boy,
Alright.
howdy.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, stream. Night.
Good night,
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 guys.
Lucian. Thank you for watching. Also, Lark Scum Shop and Thicker, thank you for watching. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.